All right. Hey, everyone. We're live. Welcome to Victory Condition Gaming. My name is Doug. Tonight on the show, we are playing Part-Time God 2nd Edition from Third Eye Games. And we are going to be... The man leading the charge on this session is going to be the designer, the head honcho of Third Eye Games, Mr. Eloy Lasanta. Eloy, thank you so much for coming on and doing this, and we're excited to hear all about it. And let's look. I'll let you do a little intro if you want.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's good just to have everybody be on the same page. So I'll start off with an intro. I mean, first off, hey everybody, I'm Eloy, and the game Part-Time Gods is actually one of a few really kind of unique games out there. If you check out a lot of the divine RPGs that are out there, there's actually quite a few. There's more than you might think there are. But the cool thing about Part-Time Gods is that I found my little niche where my game stands out different than the others, because there are ones where you're gods and pantheons and you're ruling over entire nations and sending worshipers and going crazy. And then there's ones where, you play the sons and daughters, the scions. I actually really like Scion. But, so then there's like Scion where, you play like big heroes and you're going and doing legendary things and changing the world, and it's amazing. And then you have like my game, which is really cool because it's about you being a regular person who just so happens to be a god. And not necessarily a god of any. It's like you're small G's. It's like you're just a dude or a dudette, however you want to call yourself. But it's just like that's just what you are. And it's just like, so you still have to go home and you still have to go to work, and but then also some monsters might come and try and fight you. So it's a really fun game. It is set in modern day. I've had thoughts about possibly doing historical supplements or whatever one day, but that's very far into the future. But so it is mostly modern day, though.
Nice.
Now I sent you guys the quick start a while back, a couple of weeks back. So the cool thing about this particular recording is that I don't need to rehash any of the rules for anybody, because everybody has a copy of them. And everybody already has their characters and everything picked out, which is really cool as well. So I guess what we should do is, for everybody, tell the audience who your characters are, so that they know who you are when we're following along and whatnot.
Sure. We'll go through, and everybody, if you want to introduce yourself, and I mean, I think everybody's been on the channel before, but in case anybody's tuning in for the first time, give yourself, introduce yourself, and just kind of say where folks might be able to see you from, and then give your PC if you want. Who wants to go first? I'll go first. Oh, you go first. Kent from Roll to Play Podcast will go first.
That's right. Roll to Play Podcast, where I run weird little silly games, be as stupid as I can. Tonight, I'm not very often a player, so this is a kind of new experience to me. I'm always in the GM, but tonight I'm playing Toni Collins, the Goddess of Beauty. I'm young. I'm a freshman in college. I love life. And, I just like seeing the beauty and everything and helping people out when I can.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. Very good. Who would like to go next?
I can go next.
Amanda, I guess. Yeah. Amanda Paul.
Yes.
Feel free to, from ageofnight.com.
Yes. Hello, I'm Amanda Call. As Doug just mentioned, I have ageofnight.com, which is a fantasy webcomic, if anyone wants to check that out. I also do work for Fearlight Games and many other different game companies as an artist and sometimes art director, since they make me. I'm going to be playing Gabriel Marquez, who is a god of travelers and a tattoo artist.
Nice.
Very cool.
Very good. And Tim, why don't you go next? Tim Devine from Dice Up Games.
Hi, yeah, thanks for having me back on. I just realized actually that the four of us players are the same cast from Kent's Lasers and Feelings game.
Oh, it is. That's right.
I also, I didn't realize that either.
Faces and I'm like, wait a minute.
Wow. I hope I'm not as horrible in this game as I was in that one.
You probably will be.
Yeah, I probably will be.
You were just
I
fine.
didn't even see the other game, but
Yeah.
the fact that you said it means it's going to happen now.
But yeah, thanks for having me back, and back again this week actually. My wife and I, we make, hack, and play games. You can find us at diceupgames.com, and I'm really excited about this game. I was reading the quick rules quite a few times, and looks really awesome. I'm playing, my character is Haley Thomas. I'm the goddess of ravens. I am a celebrity and an ascendant. So I'm not total goth, but kind of a young goth kind of girl. I'm the goddess of ravens.
That's awesome.
It's inherently kind of goth.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, a little bit, right?
That's about as goth as you can get, I think. All right. I'm Doug. I do Victory Condition Gaming.
Hey, that's where we're at right now.
Yeah. Oh my word.
What?
That's but yeah, I don't do anything cool like these guys do. I'm just a guy on a YouTube channel. So I am playing Wade Elson, who is the god of cold, and I look like this. And I don't. Yeah,
He looks like that in the unofficial version of the Quick Start.
Oh, so, he does.
Yes, because that's those are the pictures you guys have were the ones before. Like I didn't have rights to those pictures. Those were just pictures I found online.
Oh,
that
nice.
I thought were cool for the picture. But like I sent everybody, you guys like the second version, and those have the pictures I have rights to.
Oh, okay. Well,
so,
I'm sorry.
But he looks similar.
I mean,
it's not as good a picture. I mean, that picture is really awesome. So.
Like got my Zoolander face on.
A little bit.
But yeah, I'm the goddess. I'm the god of cold, which is fitting because I hate winter. So
yeah, you are the god of cold, and you are the CEO of your own company.
Oh, that's right. I'm like I said in the chat. We had a chat going on before we went live. I'm picturing this guy as like Elsa. If Elsa from Frozen, if Elsa was a guy that was just a corporate a-hole. That's how I picture this guy.
Well, and yes, and the way that Wade is written up, he can definitely come off that way. Yeah. I like to think that he's, that's his hard exterior and he's really soft underneath. But he might not be.
Yeah, no, we can go with that, sure.
All right. So the fun thing that I like to do with Part-Time Gods, and thank you everybody for introducing yourselves. What I like to do with Part-Time Gods a lot of the time is I like to have like 2 storylines going on for like every character plus an overarching storyline. But since we're only here for 2 hours, I have a single storyline for each of you, and if we finish them, then cool, and if not, oh well. So, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start off with like a quick scene with each of you, just to kind of establish things and let everybody know where you guys are at in the moment, and then after that, we'll move into the actual game, the full game of what's going on. All right, so let's see who should go first. I'm going to do Tony first because Tony's actually the easiest setup for your story. Because basically it's finals time. So most of your time right now has been spent in libraries and study sessions with like groups, and you're going over like your advanced Spanish and stuff like that. Because you're totally like liberal arts. Like you're not declared on anything. If I recall, like from the write up, I believe your sister is like pre-med and is like almost a doctor, and you're like, I'm in college, I'm doing stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm getting the experience.
But the setup for you basically is like you're stressed, and you are just. Like, that's why I'm saying it's the easiest for you, because basically for the last like 2 weeks, you've just been nosing a book. That's what you've been doing. So like, boom. So we know where you're at. That's easy. Okay. So and I apologize if everybody can hear the baby screaming, I apologize.
That's all right.
I think everyone here is a parent.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stupid kids.
We are all
So-
familiar with the struggle.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to... Actually, you know what? I'm going to go with Gabriel now. All right, so Gabriel, you and your fiance Samantha, just earlier today, you guys were driving down the road, and it was a wonderful, beautiful experience. And you had, you're on a bike. He's definitely the type of guy who's like a biker. I like that idea. So she's on the back and everything, and you guys were driving, and it was so much fun. You guys were just driving for fun. It wasn't even like a thing. You're the god of travelers, so you like to just like to go places. It's just what you'd like. But while you were out, you actually were struck by a car, and you had a terrible, terrible accident. And of course, because you're a god, you actually came out of it pretty unscathed. A few cuts and bruises, not really much else. But Samantha, she's in critical care.
Oh no.
So this actually, your scene starts off in the hospital, and you are kind of just sitting in her room, holding her hand. She's out, she's not awake. They got her into... What's the thing? It's when you come in and you're like, oh, she's critical, but now she's stable. So she's stable right now.
Okay.
But they don't know when she's going to wake up or anything like that. And if she does, she might not. She might be paralyzed from the neck down and all that stuff. So you are just I assume crazy. I assume
Right.
And you're there for a few hours. So you get up and you're going to go get a snack or whatever, because you just realized how hungry you were.
Right.
And when you walk out of the door, there's a man standing there. The man is, he's kind of got short, curly hair. He's got glasses and tan skin. And he's wearing mostly regular clothes. He's got a sweater and some pants. Shoes, probably. It's a hospital. I don't think they let you in without shoes. So anyway, he's well dressed, but more business casual than business. So, and as soon as you lock eyes, you're mostly just kind of looking down while you're walking. But when you walk out of the room and he's there, you immediately kind of look up, and when your eyes hit each other, he's a god. That's one of the things that gods can do, is that if you guys lock eyes, you guys know that dude's a god, you're a god, cool, we're both gods. And he kind of walks up to you and he says, are you Gabriel, god of travelers?
Yeah. Who are you?
He says, my name is Daley, and I am the god of deals.
Okay.
And
what are you doing here?
Well, I've been, I hate to say it this way, but I've been kind of keeping tabs on you and your pantheon, and I was kind of watching as you were struck by a car, and then I noticed that your woman companion, he seems like he doesn't really quite understand relationships. So your woman companion, and he's like, I saw that she got fairly hurt, and so I thought that you need something, I need something, I may be able to make a deal.
What kind of deal are you thinking about?
Well, the cool thing about being the god of deals is that I can make almost anything happen, as long as the person on the other side of the deal is able to do something for me that I feel is worthwhile.
What might you be looking for?
Well, there is an issue that I need solved that a single god could not handle alone. However, you have a pantheon. So I'm assuming that you would be able to rectify the situation for me. And in return, I will ensure that her in there.
Her name's Samantha.
Cool. Samantha. I will refer to her by name from now on. She will survive the accident.
Oh, all right. All right. Let me get everybody together.
I can, yeah.
I can't speak for anybody else. I mean, I'd do just about anything, but I can't guarantee that everyone else will be on board.
Well, I would definitely suggest that you check, although the deal would be with you. So you are the one that would be benefiting from this. So the ultimate decision is yours.
All right.
So he says, he gives you a card. It's got a phone number on it and whatnot. He says, here's my number. Give me a call if you decide to take me up on it.
Hey, before you go, could you at least give me some kind of idea of what you might be asking us to do? I don't think anybody's going to sign up for anything if they don't know what might be in store.
Well, I have a pest problem, I guess is the best way to say it. There's a creature bothering me in my establishment.
Creature? So you'd want to, like, get rid of it? Like,
Yes.
What
most
kind of
definitely.
creature?
I'm not really sure. He's definitely not human.
All right. Yeah. No, I'll definitely be giving you a call soon.
Okay. All right. So he heads out. All right, cool. Good first scene. At the same time, you Wade.
Yes.
Setting you up real quick. So you have actually been kind of talking online a lot to like different developers, different software developers. You've been talking with like people from like India and like all the other kind of countries and trying to get new ideas. And you have like, what are they called? Brain trusts. Like you have like brain trusts, like working on like adapting Cold Shoulder to, that's the way so just so everybody knows, the app that Wade created to make his own company and everything, it's called Cold Shoulder, and it's it expands like blocking capabilities across like all platforms, and that's why he made millions. So so you've been talking and you have like a brain trust and everything going, and along the way you've actually kind of like developed like a little bit of a crush with a girl in one of the brain trusts, and she's been kind of like reluctant to meet in person, right? She's not like necessarily local, but she is not in India or China or whatever. She's like she's a US citizen, or whatever country we're in, whatever. Use your imagination. So, but you guys like talk a lot, tech and everything, and like you guys are like, oh wow, that's really nice. I'm getting to like you. But any attempts that you have to like get her to come and meet you in person or whatever, they all fall flat, and she just says like no, or she changes the subject or whatever. So, though, while you're sitting at your computer right now, middle of the day, you get a ping on your email. And the email says, this is a list of the new consultants who are coming in to rectify like the issues with the network and all that stuff. And like it's like going to be like 5 or 6, really like high level tech people who are going to come in and like really kind of outfit the rest of the building to kind of match like your capabilities, but to give everybody kind of the high tech stuff. And on that list, you notice her name. Her name is Katrina Parks. So she is actually going to be one of those consultants who is going to come in later in the day.
Nice.
So there you go. So that's your setup there. That's your
what was her name again?
Katrina Parks. Yeah. And Samantha, the guy's name was Daley. It's Daley if you're a note taker person.
Daley. Okay.
Yeah. Delay. Which I was like, he's Delay, and then he's also God of Deals. I should have come up with
Daily deal right there.
the Daily Deal, and I'm like, like I didn't realize it until I had already said his name. But,
Oh wow.
all right, cool. All right, very, very nice. And actually, I'm gonna hold off on Haley's start. So I'm gonna say like now is a good time we can start figuring out where people are going. So I'm assuming that the first thing that we want to do is we want to handle Gabriel's calls. So let's do that.
Right. So I want to try to get a hold of everyone as well as I can to try to get everybody together so that I don't have to repeat myself a bunch of times.
All right, cool. Well, so Haley, what would Haley be doing on like a regular, normal day?
Probably just hanging around her apartment. Probably took a short trip to the coffee shop on the corner. Doesn't want to go too far. Most of her life, it seems, is online.
Right.
So, I have cameras in my home. I have, I kind of stream what I do, and that's my followers kind of are into that thing. So they, I'm probably in my place, trying to avoid pretty much everybody at the moment.
Okay. All right. So you're going for a conference call. So ping her and then you can loop other people in. That's probably the best way.
Right. So I'm gonna start messaging Haley. Hey, are you there? hey, I gotta talk to you.
Okay, I'll answer it. Well, when I answer it though, and just a question, when with our relics,
yes,
is there any type of mechanic used to invoke them, or is it just sort of if it's narrative, does it matter?
Well, I mean, yours specifically, it just does what it says on there. It just does that.
Okay, cool. So
yeah, you don't have
basically,
to.
I'm standing stirring my coffee in the kitchen, and my phone is floating, levitating in front of me, and then sort of like up a little bit to get a little bit better shot because I'm trying to take a picture of the shape that I just formed in the foam of my latte, because that's gonna be internet gold. And then I answer it.
So many likes.
So many.
Hey, Haley, what are you doing? Are you busy right now?
Gabriel, I'm always busy.
All right, that's not exactly true, but look, I have serious stuff. I need everybody to get together.
Everybody?
And, yeah, the group. Are you streaming right now? Is this on the internet?
I'm always streaming.
All right, well, mute it or something. We got to talk about, personal business.
All right, you got something to hide. I cut the feed of the stream, and we're not including Wade, are we?
We kind of need to. This is really serious. I've had a really terrible day.
Someone better be dead.
Very nearly, actually.
Oh,
that's
my
not
gosh,
funny.
I'm so sorry.
So, yeah, can you please just get everybody on the phone now?
Oh, no. I almost had a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. You have a pantheon full of a-holes.
It's true.
I forgot to mention that.
I'm like the one halfway decent guy in this whole pantheon.
Absolutely.
You and the goddess of love, right? Or beauty? Is it beauty?
I'm real nice.
Right, yeah. No, you're nice.
Should have called me.
Gabriel
Should
and
have called
Tony are
me
the nice
first.
I know, but Haley's the one with all the software and the things.
Oh, so I suppose you want me to patch everyone through. All right.
I mean, you've got all this stuff right there. It's a lot easier. I'm just on my freaking iPhone here.
Yeah, my phone floats towards my fingers, and I hit Tony's number and add it to the call.
All right, Tony, your phone starts ringing. It says from Haley.
Haley, what's up, girl?
Gabriel needs something. Someone's dying, and my coffee's getting cold.
Someone's dying? Who's dying? Do you know who's dying?
I didn't ask.
How do you Haley? I love you, girl. I do. I love you, girl. We have to work on that compassion a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, a few centimeters of compassion.
All right, just add it to the intervention list.
She swipes over on her phone.
You have a list?
Yeah.
You have a list?
She swipes over on her phone, opens up a folder, about 37 items, and adds number 38. Work
Haley
on
is
compassion.
the project
Yeah.
friend.
Step 38. Work on compassion.
Very cool. All right, so now you're going to loop in Wade too?
Do
Is
I
that the
have
plan?
to? Do we really
Haley.
need Wade?
Haley, is Wade part of this?
We really need everybody.
All right. I call Wade.
I'm going to. Of course, I'm working on my computer. I'm going to look over at my cell phone.
Well, I mean, working on the computer, you're also kind of also figuring out how you can get security feeds so that you can see Katrina and what she's doing when she shows up.
Absolutely,
I mean, I guess that's
absolutely.
work. Yeah,
That's
work.
vital work that I need to be doing. And I'm gonna roll my eyes and I'll just not even say hello. I'll be like, what?
Hey,
Hey,
Wade.
Ugh. Well,
How's Project Chili Elbow?
it's cold shoulder.
Whatever.
And it makes more money than whatever you do online.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Hey,
can't take
our-
it with me.
Shots fired.
are we all connected? You got everybody on there?
Oh, Gabriel's here too?
Hey, yeah, Wade, thanks,
Hey,
man.
what's going on?
Thank you so much for showing up, man.
Hey,
I really
no pro-
appreciate it.
Gabriel. Who's dying, Gabriel?
Oh, hey. We got Tony on here too? Everybody's here, huh?
Yeah, look,
Hello, Wade.
it's been
Tony.
a really rough day, guys.
What's going on?
Samantha and I were out on the bike and we got in a really bad accident, and I'm fine, and she's in a really bad shape in the hospital, and they don't know what's gonna happen. It's just really bad. But then this guy, while I was there, this guy came up to me, and he's one of us. I'd never met him before or seen him before, but he offered me a deal to try to make sure that Samantha's going to be okay, but we have to help him with something. And he said it was going to be a group effort. It wasn't anything any one of us could handle. Is something that we were going to need to do together. So, I mean, you guys all know I can't lose Samantha. I can't do that. We've got to do something. You guys have got to help me out.
Well, absolutely. You know I'm right there. Whatever you need.
What was your Samantha's last name?
Does she?
I don't even know if I gave her a last name.
While we're talking, I'm setting up a GoFundMe for her.
Oh, that's nice.
I mean, there's a lot of people online right now that are going to start contributing.
I don't see that she has a last name anywhere in
I probably didn't give her one. It's
right,
cool.
no.
Well, I'm definitely writing a song about this later, but continue.
This guy, I don't know if any of you guys know him, but his name was Daley. He said he's the god of deals.
Have we heard of Daley before?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I'm gonna say yeah. He's pretty new.
He's a new guy.
He's been keeping. He's new to you guys, but he's been keeping tabs on you guys.
So, yeah, I mean, I have to make sure everybody's in before we can do anything. He said he wants us to get rid of some kind of pest.
What kind of pest?
He didn't really say.
Well, are you at the
You didn't
hospital
even,
right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm down in the lobby right now. It's
Well,
the
I'm
only place
gonna-
that lets you use the cell phone.
I'm gonna head on that way. Just to, I'm always here to help, so I'm gonna head on that way.
Okay.
So I pack up my stuff and start heading out.
All right. Wait, did anybody want to say anything else on the phone before we move on to what people are doing?
Well, I'll stay on the phone. I'm just.
Oh, okay, so you're just like you're also on the phone. Okay.
Yeah. When are my consultants coming in? Are they coming in like immediately or?
They need like a couple hours.
Okay. All right. Gabriel, I'll be glad to go over there. You know you're my dude, and I'll be right over there shortly.
Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Haley, are you gonna be coming? Are you in?
Yeah, I'm in. She's brushing her teeth. The phone's just floating behind her. For I'm on my way. Tony, can you swing by and pick me up?
I mean, you can
walk.
You can walk with me. I mean,
Just like yeah, I don't have a car.
I don't. You know, I don't drive. You can walk with me though. I mean, I'll definitely walk right by your place and meet. You can meet me out there.
Are we in like a big city?
I'm gonna say it's a medium-sized city, like 800,000 people, maybe.
Oh, okay. So hard to hail a cab on the corner, kind of.
Yeah, not really. It's not really that kind of place. Okay. All right, cool. So are we saying everybody's gonna reconvene at the hospital? Is what we're saying, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Sounds that way. Yeah.
All right. So I rolled. And this is part of the mechanic here with the territory map. So I rolled for the hospital, and the hospital is at 3-3, point number 3-3. So we have to figure out where you guys are coming from. Let's see. So where's the school? Where's the school? Tony's campus is at 3-7, so you're fine. Wade's office 8-4.
I'm all the way over here.
Yeah, that's not close.
No.
Well, actually, no. It's like 1, 2,
5,
3, 4, 5. Yeah, so you have to spend a free time to get there. And then you can spend a free time, or you can spend a wealth. Is basically what you can do there. And then Gabriel's probably coming. Oh no, Gabriel's at the thing.
Right.
Haley's probably coming from Brody's because Brody is her roommate, which is down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. So same thing for you, Haley. Either one free time or one wealth to get there. And just let me know which one you're doing.
I'm going to spend a wealth because I don't have very much free time because I'm too busy working.
I'm spending a wealth, but I take it out of the jar of the IOU for Brody.
Awesome.
Not
okay, and then he is not only is Tony like really like close, but also she's a member of the Drifting Kingdoms, and like you get like stupid awesome movement on the territory grid and you're a member of that. So okay, cool.
Making my way downtown.
Yes.
Walking fast.
So you guys all get to the hospital. If you guys look at your free time wealth, you'll notice that each of you is down 1, and the 2 who spent wealth are also down 1 wealth. So you guys get to the hospital. So everybody's now reconvening in like, let's just say like the lobby, like downstairs in the lobby area. So in the meantime, did you call Daley at all?
Yes. In the meantime, I'm going to call Daley and let him know that we're all going to meet him in the hospital lobby. I can't imagine he's gone very far since I called everybody right afterwards.
No, he didn't go. No, he didn't actually. He didn't get very far at all. You actually went down to the lobby, and he was like hanging out like in like the downstairs like cafeteria area because he was hungry. And I said it was midday. He was like, I didn't eat lunch. So that's kind of where he was at. So he when everybody gets there, did same description as I gave earlier. It hasn't been time to change clothes or anything. So he's there, and he kind of lays it out for you guys. So he's like, essentially, I have a club. Hold on, let me get my notes. He says, he says there is a club downtown that is one of my favorite clubs that I like to go to. It's not my club or anything, but it's part of my territory. I do enjoy going there, and I do enjoy certain benefits while I'm there. It's called the Vortex, and you guys know it. You guys, like, you know, probably Tony and Haley have been to it before. And probably Gabriel. Probably Gabriel took Samantha there a few times. And probably Wade hasn't been there. It's not upscale. It's like a crappy one. So he's like, but basically in the last few weeks there's been a man there who will not leave, which is one thing that the owners have told me. He doesn't even leave when they close. He sleeps there, and nobody seems to be able to get him to move. He's very violent, and he has thrown many people around and hurt a lot of people. So it's not good, and they've lost business. It's just not fun to go there anymore. So, and he says, basically the deal that I extended to you, Gabriel, was that if you are able to find a way to rid the club of this man, then I will be able to make sure that Samantha survives the accident.
Wait, I thought you said it wasn't a human.
No, he looks like a human.
Okay.
He's definitely not a human.
All right.
Do you know what he is?
I do not.
And he just like punches people around, throws them around?
Yeah, but like through walls, and can pick up several people at once, and isn't slowed down by much of anything.
Yeah, that doesn't sound normal.
No, it does not. I definitely get the vibe of something not right with him. So that's why you guys are here. Again, I am just one lonely god, and you are 4 gods, and I assume 4 gods should be able to probably handle whatever he is. Better than 1 god can, at least.
And you don't have an interest in the club? You just like going there?
Yeah. It's one of the few places that I feel comfortable.
Who are the people that own it?
He rattles off some names. He can give you names. There's a guy named, what's the guy's name? What's around here? His name is Lamp Window. I'm just kidding.
Not important.
It's not it's not technically part of the storyline, but we can always go in that direction. So that's what he has. So he's like, I could go with you and point out the man, but I don't believe that you'll have a problem seeing him and noticing who he is.
All right. Can you just excuse us for a second while we confer here?
Sure.
All right. So I'll just kind of huddle together. All right. So what do you guys think?
I mean, he has a lot of interest in something that is just like a place for him to hang out. There's lots of clubs, there's a few clubs in town. And it's just, I don't know. I feel like it seems like there's maybe more to it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but if this guy's throwing people through walls and stuff, I mean, he's probably bad news anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, I want to help Samantha. I want to help you. So it's just interesting to me.
Yeah, and I don't think keeping our eyes open and paying attention to what's going on is a bad idea. So, Wade, Haley, what do you think?
Hey, whatever you need from me, let's just get this done. So I'll be glad to help you out.
All right.
Haley's not paying attention. She's staring at the other god.
Tony walks over and kind of turns her and says, "This is that compassion. We just a little bit like you care. Just pay a little bit of attention. It'll go a long way.
Just a little bit.
Oh,
Haley, are you in?
I care. I care about who the hell he is.
All right.
He's hiding
But-
something, and I'm about to find out what.
All right, but like, don't screw this up, okay?
Oh no.
All right. Haley,
Oh, here we go.
in like one fluid and angry motion, is out of her chair and in his face,
Oh gosh.
using her ferocity. So,
Okay, so what are you gonna do? So you're gonna make a check.
Yeah, I want to intimidate him.
All right. Let's make a,
spilling all of the beans.
Let's make it influence and deception. I'm sorry, influence and discipline. Excuse me. And you get your +1 for ferocity.
So 3.
So you have 3
Discipline, you said?
influence and discipline, and you have 0
Yeah,
discipline.
so that means I
So
get
you're rolling 4 dice.
I got 2 10s, a 5, and a 2.
All right, so that's 4 successes. That's really
Nice.
good. What are you saying though?
Wait, what did you said that was 4 successes?
That
Yeah,
was
'cause
4 successes.
10s count as 2.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Why didn't I know I read that. This is my first roll. Okay, so all right, sorry, 4 successes, and what was the result?
And my question was, what are you saying?
Oh,
I mean, like you're just walking over to him and screaming, or are you gonna?
I have so basically I have a way of unsettling others with just a look.
Mhm.
And when I'm in a bad mood, that's what gives me this bonus. And so I'm already in a bad mood, having to come here and sit next to Wade. And now we have a person who's putting an ultimatum, like on the group, basically saying, our group's members' girlfriend is her life is in his hands, and he's having us do something, but not giving us all the details. Now I'm demanding of him that he give us all the details.
Okay, that's cool. So I'm going to say that you are able to get. So you tell us more. You're hiding something, and you like pick him up, and you're like, tell me more.
And the room is getting like kind of dark because there's this like kind of black ravenness about me.
Ooh. Yes, you hear the fluttering of birds as all the birds start to block the windows of the hospital with her anger. Yeah, so I mean, he says, crap. He actually is. You find that he is telling the truth. He definitely is very scared of you. But he does say he's like, literally, I haven't even talked to the man. Like that's what I know. I know that every time I go there, he side eyes me, and I feel very threatened, and I can't really go there anymore. So that's why I need him gone. So that's pretty much you get basically the same stuff. He'll repeat himself too, I'm sure, along the way. So
Well, I look like kind of deep into his soul. It appears like just glaring at him. And when I'm satisfied, I say, "We're in, but I have a deal for you. Double cross us, and I'm coming for you."
he says, "Cool. It's not really how my powers work, but okay." He says, "I won't, because I can't, but okay."
Then,
All right.
In one of those motions of like cutting the tension, my phone floats in between us and takes a picture of his face and floats back into my hand.
All right, you can put him down now, Haley. That'd be great. Thanks.
When do we leave?
All right. The deals with me, I accept.
Okay. So he comes over and he shakes your hand, and you feel like this intense energy, like just ripple throughout your body. And you feel like drained, like a little bit drained afterwards, but it takes a couple of minutes and you're able to kind of get back up. And he goes, "Cool. As soon as the man is gone and is gone for good, she will survive. The deal has been made."
All right. All right.
So can you keep her alive during that time? Is that part of your powers, or natural causes aren't going to happen while we're off dealing with this?
You know what? I don't really know the question to that. I don't know the answer to that. If she was to die in between now and when you are able to finish your side of the deal, she may be brought back to life, and I don't know what that does to a person.
Yeah, let's not waste any time, guys.
Stay safe, dude.
Yes, I will be, because you are leaving. He says to the person, like, stay safe, the person who just attacked you. All right, cool. So now basically becomes, it's the question here. So where are we going? Is the plan for you guys all to go directly to the vortex? Wade's consultants are likely going to come in pretty soon here.
I'm thinking I need to get back to work, guys. What can we put this on hold for a little bit, or can you guys go do this without me? Because I got consultants back at work that need to be consulted.
How long is your meeting thing gonna take?
It takes as long as it takes, you know.
Aren't you the boss of everything? Can't you just like reschedule?
Well, they flew in. I don't want to be that boss, you know. I don't.
I understand.
You don't lead a company. Don't lead a company and then just be disrespectful and cancel last minute.
Yeah.
Well, don't you have somebody who can entertain them for a few hours?
Yeah. When's your meeting start? Like, what time is it now?
I don't. Let me check. let me check my
GM clock. It's like 3. It's like 3 p.m. Something
3 p.m.
like that. And of course everything he's saying is a lie. He doesn't actually have a meeting with anybody. But it's like, because the consultants are coming in. Like, you don't have to actually meet with them. They're coming in anyway. You want to meet with them because you want to meet Katrina.
That's right.
But you guys don't know that. So there's that. So do you guys like know each other's abilities and stuff? Like, have you shared? I mean, you guys know, like, broadly, like, I'm the god of ravens, I'm that, or whatever, but do you guys know all of your individual abilities?
I feel like I know Haley's at least pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Haley was the main one that I was asking about, because Haley actually does have the ability to see through disguises. So when you go to the club and you see this guy, she can actually see what he is. That's
nice.
Yeah.
That's one of my truths.
Yes, one of your truths. It's the third one. I was like looking at it. I'm like, I know I gave that to somebody. I had to figure out who. I was hoping it was somebody who was in the group currently. So there's that. Also, while you guys are kind of standing there, Haley, you get a text message from an unknown number, and it says, "My name is Ofo, Offo, and I need your help." It says, "I will send."
It was a text.
Yeah, it's a text. Yeah, it says, "My name is Ofo, and I need your help. We'll send more soon." And they're like, "That's it. That's what you get." And just a random, again, like, and if you it's a unknown number, so you can't like send it back or whatever. When you try to send it back, it actually like comes back as like, like with the red exclamation mark thing. Yep. So you can't send. So with that sound, with the vibration that we just heard.
Passive aggressive gift when unanswered.
Yes. Yes, I'm sure it was. All right, cool. So then you get that, and then that, and then this. Okay, cool. So then it sounds like at least Tony and Gabriel are headed to the vortex, like, right now.
Yep.
Right. Hey, before we go, I just want to go check on Samantha one more time real quick before we head out. Just, I mean, she's not awake or anything, but just let her know that I'll be back and taking care of her. Is that all right? I mean, you could probably come up too if you want to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll come up.
Yeah, I don't like hospital rooms.
That's all right.
But then I look at Wade and I stand up and follow you.
All right, Wade, I guess just go do your thing. Try to get it over with as quick as you can. Just give us a call.
Yeah, I'll just power through it. I'll power through it. I'll give you a call. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.
As we walk off, as we get out of earshot of Wade, I'm like, we don't really need him, right? He just makes people cold. I mean, you know.
Haley puts her hand on your shoulder and says, "Remember that compassion that we need to work on, Tony?"
She just gives you a big look. And it's like, really? Right now?
Oh goodness,
that's good stuff. You guys go up to the room, like the closer you get to the room, you actually feel kind of odd, kind of that same kind of shivery feeling that you felt when you shook his hand is now kind of emanating from that room. And like you kind of look inside and it's like it's odd. Like you can tell like everybody is just staying away from the room right now. Like like you're like the nurses that like normally would be going in and checking in on her like just aren't. Like they've forgotten she's there. And as you like if you go over to the window and you kind of just look into the window, you're seeing like multiple fates all kind of reflected at the same time. You see her up and awake, you see her dead, you see her up and walking, and you see you see all like, and they're all just kind of like flashing in and out, in and out, in and out, all the different versions of what could happen to her. Like her fate is currently in flux.
So weird. Can I go in the room or not?
You feel like if you go into the room, something might happen, but you don't know what.
All right, then I think I'm just gonna look in the window. Just kind of put my hand on the glass and be like, "We're gonna take care of you, baby. It's gonna be all right."
And one of the versions of her puts her hand there. You're like, "Whoa, whoa!" Like that was really freaky in the moment. So yeah. That's a thing. That's a thing that just happened.
All right.
So okay, so you guys are going to the vortex, which is actually not far from the hospital, which is good. So it's just 1, 2, 3.
Conveniently enough.
Conveniently, hey, I'm rolling randomly. That's kind of how because that's how the game works. Is you roll randomly for locations. So I did roll, and it just so happened to be like really close to the other one. Okay, so we're doing this, doing that, doing boom. All right, so we are going to let me go over to Wade real quick, and I'm going to do him real quick, and then I'm going to jump back to the three of you. So Wade, you walk back into the office, and like immediately as you walk in, you see like there's the guided tour person, like they're, what's the word for it? Like they're chaperone or whatever for all the consultants, the ones that kind of showing them around, like the guide person. And, and she's like, yes, like we're going to come here and we're going to here and we have a great itinerary and we're going to be able to set you guys up so that we can start upgrading all the systems. And then like you kind of walk into the building and she goes, oh, and here is actually, the CEO, everybody at Wade Elson, and like everybody kind of, they kind of give that dumb applause that you just give to owners of companies, like that's an accomplishment or something. Yeah, you made millions. I'm going to applaud you now. Yeah. So they do that, and like you obviously see like boom, like Katrina's in the group as well, and she is like it's odd because she seems actually do an empathy and intuition check.
Empathy is 0, intuition is 1.
Oh, you have 1 whole die.
Wow.
Oh, geez.
It's not really your thing, so.
Let's see here.
What should be a 10?
It is a 1.
Oh,
I think.
Okay.
Yep, it is a 1.
Okay. So, so your Pantheon dice are going to go up by 1, because that's actually one of the fun thing about Pantheon dice is that you can roll really well and increase it, and you can also fail and increase it. And the Pantheon dice, anybody can pull those at any time. So like for that roll, you technically didn't have to take that. Do you want to take that? Because technically you could ask to take some dice from the thing.
That's fine. We'll go with that for now.
Okay. I'm going to say that you completely feel like she's like giving you like total vibes. Like your eyes meet and you can tell like she is here. This consulting thing is obviously just a farce, and she's obviously here to see you. That's what you get from her.
Okay.
That's obviously knowing that it's a critical failure. So
yeah.
So
Yeah. No,
yeah,
it's not,
that's what you get though.
That's what I get. I'm like, hey. So yeah.
So I mean, they're going to go around with their tour unless you're going to intercede it.
I'm going to interrupt and just greet everybody that's in the tour group and thank everybody for stopping in. And I look forward to seeing what we can accomplish together. And a whole bunch of corporate BS that that the corporate head honchos like to say. And yeah,
no I in team, and
that's right. Together we're going to make this company great, and we're going to give everyone the cold shoulder.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So are you gonna do anything else?
I'm gonna say as I'm saying all this, I'm talking to everyone, but my eyes are directly on Katrina.
Okay,
and it's kind of awkward. I'm sure.
No, I mean, no, actually, she seems really into it. So, because it's critical failure.
Yeah.
So she seems really into it to you. Like you're like, man, this is awesome.
No, I'm nailing this.
Doesn't matter what I say. She sees. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So then I'm just gonna be like, I guess I'll see you all later. Gonna go do some CEO things in my office, I guess. Unless anybody wants to ask me any questions. I mean, my door's always open. I'm one of those CEOs. My door's
nobody like a couple of the people want to like shake your hand personally because they know of you.
Oh, nice.
But then they're pretty ready to go ahead and move on though. They're
right.
Like, thank you for your time and we'll see you later.
And I'm still gonna like kind of just like my door is always open and I'm looking at Katrina like, if you ever need to talk about anything or if you need me for any reason at all.
Yeah, totally. So you go back up to your desk then?
I guess I'm gonna go back up to my desk. All right.
What do you want to do up there? Are you just gonna do work stuff?
I'm just gonna do work stuff because I'm kind of disappointed that this conversation didn't take place, and I thought for sure I was feeling something there, but I guess not.
Yeah, it's sometimes it happens that way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Wade.
It's all right.
That's what your Siri is telling you. Like your artificial, you're like, oh, it just didn't work out. You're like digital AI is like, I am so sorry to hear that, Wade. They're there. So there's that. All right, cool. So what I'm going to do is I am going to treat it like you are going to work.
Okay.
Since we're not doing anything active technically in the scene, I'm just going to treat it like you're going to work.
Yeah, no, I was just kind of...
on your sheet. What does your job say on your first sheet?
1-4.
Okay. Okay, cool. So there's that. And then let's see what happens here.
So basically, I just blew them off so I could talk to this. This Katrina lady.
Yes.
And now I'm just gonna, rather than go back to help them, I'm gonna just go back to work because.
Yeah, you're like, I'm just gonna work for a little bit. Then,
I'm just
a workaholic.
Jerk. Yeah, I'm a jerk.
It happens. It happens. So here's the question, though: is do you want to do anything with, like, you're at work, and that's actually kind of the fun thing about being at work is that you can be working, but you can also have like your bonds or your worshipers or any of those things. You can send them to go do things in your stead. So is there anything that you would like for them to do while you're at work? So like you have Cynthia that you might be able to ask for her like information or whatever. There's Calic. You could call on Calic, who is your dire wolf. Your it's an Amarok, but
Have a
a
dire wolf?
basically.
Yeah, I have
What?
a dire wolf.
He
Yeah,
does have a
I
dire wolf.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was trying to think
He
of
has
how
a,
I could fit that in.
The story
I'm not
behind
sure.
the story behind Calic actually is that Wade got his spark because he inherited the spark of the Inuit spirit of the North Wind, which is why he's the god of cold. And when I was researching Inuit myth, actually there were lots of dire wolves that would hang out with the North Wind spirits. So cool, awesome. I was like, I guess he gets a dire wolf then. It just gets to hang out with him, but he doesn't like him. He doesn't like him, so
No.
they don't really get along. But he's like attached to him. He's like, I guess I got to do it.
Is this dire wolf like one of those office dogs? You know, like the company
God.
dogs that like.
You know what? Let's say that he is, just for the sake, because it's funny that way.
Yeah, it is.
So
Let's just say he is. But I mean, he's a dire wolf, so he's able to kind of like shrink himself down to the size of a regular
Right.
dog. But normally he is actually very large, though.
Yeah, no.
so
It's
Wade
one of those service dog saddles.
Wade abandoned a dying woman of one of his fellow Pantheons, went back to work, and doesn't like dogs. I think we know who the real villain of this
Hey,
is.
they don't call me the god of
let's-
cold for nothing.
Let's turn this bus around and go fight the real bad guy here.
Every Pantheon's
Well,
got
and that's the
one.
thing, right? Is I'm just throwing out options. Like, for instance, Gabriel, you could have been like, "Hey, I'm going to stay at the hospital, but I'm going to send my people to go like check out the scene and see what's going on."
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
like there's like that's actually part of it. That's part of why it's not there. There's the whole kind of free time like mechanic there, because you might be like, hey, like I really don't have all of the free time in the world to go do that thing, so I have people I can go send to do stuff.
Right.
Which is kind of part of the appeal of being a god, is that you have people. I don't know if you have people. I don't remember your character sheet, but you might.
I don't think I do.
No. You're a patron god, which means you automatically get people.
Oh, okay.
You get worshipers that you can
Right.
do. Yeah, because they don't have to be worshipers for you to ask them to do stuff. You can ask any bond to do something.
Right. Okay.
But if they're worshipers, they kind of like have to do it. So if they're not worshipers, they can be like, no, whatever.
Right. Okay.
So there's that. So, but anyway, you guys are going to the vortex. So you guys go to the vortex at 4 in the afternoon. Like it doesn't officially open for like a few hours. Maybe 4 hours. Maybe it opens at 8. Let's say that it opens at 8 for people who want to get in some dancing before bedtime. So, but it's far from actually opening. And like you guys get up there and like no rolls or anything involved, but like you get there and there's like you just hear like loud crashing and banging inside the doors. And you hear stuff like I told you to get me a drink, like, and it just reverberates like through the whole place. And it's not fun. It doesn't sound like it's a fun person in there.
That doesn't sound good, guys.
It doesn't sound like a very fun person in there.
No. No. All right.
The dance.
What's that?
He just needs to dance.
Apparently.
Yes.
Dance his grumpiness away.
Dance it out. Is the door locked, or are we able to get in?
That's a good question.
Since they're
let's
not
say
officially open yet.
let's say that it's locked. I'm gonna say it's locked because they aren't officially open. So they do have it locked for now. Like because you went to the front, like they went in through the back. So
Right.
the front's locked.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna have to go in the back entrance. There's people in there, so that door's got to be unlocked, right?
I'm just going to knock on the front door here while we're up here.
Oh, okay. So you just
A big loud knock to be overheard of the destruction that's happening inside.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so like I'm gonna say that you knock pretty loudly, and then like a few minutes later, you see like this this man. He's like it's like a shorter man, like he's like Hispanic, and he's got a really cool, like he dresses very well. He's obvious, he looks like a bartender, but he kind of just like opens the door and just kind of like skirts out and then like closes it really quick behind him. And he's just like, "Whew, can I help you?"
Well, we were wanting to come in.
I don't think you want to do that.
Well, okay. So my truth, my beauty is beyond compare.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something I spend a fragment? So do I just mark off a fragment?
Just mark off a box. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna draw my boxes and then mark one out. You have to destroy art for it to mean something.
There are boxes on the character sheet.
I know. I couldn't get it. My printer rejected me today. So.
All right. Yeah. So you Haley and Gabriel have probably seen it before, but like, she just like shines with like this beauty from her, and like the guy's like, oh. like he's putty in your hands right now.
So we're just gonna go right on in and dance a little. You can probably you look like you make a good drink. You look like you make a really good I don't know, probably anything we want.
I am. I'm a pretty good bartender. I could make pretty much anything you want. I mean,
yeah. Well, let's go in.
Unless it's a drink I haven't heard of before, but of course you can come in. Of course you can come in.
Well, I trust your capabilities.
It's not very. I don't know. It's not. Come in, but like stay. Come on in, and he kind of leads you in, and like the way that the club is, like you kind of go in and there's like stairs that kind of lead you up to the dance floor. And basically when you get up there, there's some areas that have like tables and chairs and stuff, and there's like a couple of booths and whatnot, but like a lot of the tables and chairs are just flipped or broken, just thrown everywhere. And you see this rather large man, I would say, I don't know, like at least 7 feet, very large, very muscular man, who's just kind of sitting on the bar as you guys are approaching. And he is just like, "Look, little man, you need to make me a drink." And he's just like, "Hey, like you've already you've already drank a lot, and the boss has already told me like I'm not allowed to give you anything before hours. Like I just got in, like I need to set up." He's like, "No, you need to make me a drink." And he slams his fist on the bar and whatnot. So there you go. He does seem to be unaffected by your radiance.
Beauty. Yeah.
Yes.
So okay.
Your radiance. So he does seem to be uninfatuated with you.
So I go back to Haley, and I'm like, "Haley, do that thing you do where you see people who they really are. Look through this guy's disguise. What are we dealing with? What is this here? Other than a big angry man, because he's more than a man, because he's ignoring me."
Well, yes.
So Haley rolls her eyes at that comment and takes a few steps closer into the room to see the person, but also to kind of get in the frame of the camera so that it looks like it's the perfect shot. And
okay.
It's sort of like everything is, God could see this, but maybe not a mortal, that, she's tapping into one of her powers. And so she's right now going to, the truth is the goddess sees who you truly are. And so I'm spending one of my fragments.
Okay.
To sense the presence of a divine power in the area, see ghosts, see spirits, and see the true faces of outsiders.
Very cool. I mean, there are a couple of spirits here, but nothing to write home about. They're just like club kid spirits who just kind of haven't gone away. So there's a few of those, but for the most part, it's mostly uneventful. Other than the guy, when you look at him, he looks even bigger. He is a minotaur, so he's a very large half bull man. I would say at least 13 feet in his real form.
So what is it, Haley? What do we
Not
got?
a drink.
Well, there's a couple of really annoying club kids dancing on the dance floor to no music, and it's just sad. There's also a giant bull creature at the bar.
What now?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to these things. Very large horns on his head.
Like a hat? Like, is it a man bull thing?
Yeah, there you go.
A man, man bull thing. Okay.
Yeah, some sort of bullshit.
It's a mana bowl.
You
Did
mean
believe
a
that?
minute?
Did you believe that, Doug? I apologize.
That's all right. That's good.
A bullman. A bullman? No.
Do you mean a minotaur? Is
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
yeah, that seems bad. I don't know, you guys. I guess we should
Minotaur are
investigate.
like when it just to give you like you guys would as soon as you guys like kind of realize that it's a minotaur, like you have heard that minotaur, like basically they are like masters of combat. Like that's what they do. But they don't usually like come into the city a whole lot. So this is a strange kind of thing for them to be in a city. Usually they're not encountered in cities.
Okay, so I'm gonna say something y'all won't like. Okay.
Okay.
I think we're gonna have to call Wade.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
I
where
mean,
is Wade?
I told you weren't gonna like it, Haley. I don't like it either.
I don't care. I mean, I would rather we have more people here. Like, has anybody heard from him? Has he texted anybody? Anything?
No.
No. All right.
Haley, check your phone, and your phone actually says you get another text message from the weird number, and the number says it says, "I hear the train every day, but I don't know where I am. I need you to find me." And
Is
then
that
that's
Wade?
it.
Is that Wade, Haley? Did you get a text from Wade?
No, it's not. Wait. This is a number that I can't respond back to.
Correct.
And now I have 2 texts from this person.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we should probably start by, like, talking to this thing. If it'll talk. See why it's here. It's really weird for it to be here, right? I mean, that seems weird, right?
Yeah, I've never actually dealt with a minotaur before.
I don't know what I'm doing, man. Let's go talk to it.
Sure thing.
I love that. I don't know what I'm doing. What the hell am I doing, guys? This is ridiculous.
Literally, I don't know what's.
Haley, why don't you give Wade a call while we're talking to the minotaur over there?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go over there, so yeah, I'm gonna go call Wade.
That sounds like a plan. That sounds like a good thing for you to do.
Watch out for the horns.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go up to the Minotaur
Okay.
because we're idiots, apparently.
I mean, I wouldn't say idiots, but it's probably true. But I wouldn't say it. So So you walk back up. The bartender guy, he is currently making a drink for the guy, and he like the Minotaur like immediately just drops all his dice. No, the Minotaur immediately like just goes and he goes more. Like it's he's like demanding more and more alcohol. They're gonna run out of alcohol eventually. So you guys walk up, and what do you say?
Well, can I gain a Pantheon dice for this brave or stupid? I'm walking into an overwhelming danger without thinking.
So here's the thing. So
It's one of my
curses.
curses.
I love the curses, and I love that you want to use one. So the way that curses work is that you basically say you're doing that. So
Okay.
it's less like all right, I'm walking into danger. Can I get the thing?
Yeah.
It's like it says no. It's like you basically do this and something bad happens because of it, which is the fun part of it, right?
Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with bad things.
Yeah.
I'm walking up to that Minotaur.
So basically you use brave or stupid. So like, Gabriel's like, yeah, we should go and talk to him. And you're like, yeah, we should. And you just go up.
Yeah.
What do you say? Like, what words are you going to say?
Like, hey, guy, you've done a bit of damage in here. Is this your place? Can you do this really? Is that what this place is about? And she like grabs a chair, ready to tip it over. She's like, is that this club's like deal?
Yeah. And he says, get out of my face, God. And then just like swings at you. And I'm going to make a roll for that, which is probably going to be bad for you.
Uh-oh.
But the good thing is that she's immune. Like, one of her cool things is like she's a goddess of beauty, so her skin can't bruise or scar or bleed. So
I'll
she's
die
like immune.
pretty.
She will die pretty.
I will die pretty.
If you can make let's make a roll for you too. Let's make an athletics and speed roll.
Okay, so I roll the total number of dice.
Yes.
Okay, let me.
And I have a lot of successes on my
Looks
roll.
like I'm rolling 4.
Yes.
We should tell folks that these checks all use D10s.
Yes, I'm sorry. It's
Yep. Go ahead.
No, it's it's D10s and it's all skills. So you just pick the 2 most relevant skills to what you're attempting to do. Except for me, because I'm using a Minotaur and I just have a flat number of dice that I roll for an attack or whatever. But she is combining her athletics and her speed to denote that she is trying to get out of the way of his attack.
And any 7 through 9 is 1 success, and then 10s are 2 successes.
10s are 2.
Well, let me make sure that's a 10 because I picked up that's a 10. I picked up a percentile die on accident.
Oh,
a 10. These dice are really hard to read. That's a 9. 10, 9, 5, and 3.
Okay, so you got 3 successes, which is I had 6 successes, because I rolled 2 10s. I rolled 2 10s and 2 9s, and then a whole bunch of fails.
I think you did better than I did.
A little bit. I had more dice. That's really what it is. So that means you're going to end up taking 3 hits to your health. So you're going to mark off 3 of your health boxes. If you look at you actually have 6 total.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw some boxes and mark out 3.
So yes, draw some boxes, mark out 3 of them. So yeah, just and like he just swings on you. As a matter of fact, take 2 to health.
Taking a short flight, right?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Let's do 2 to health and then let's do 1 to psyche. I think instead of all 3 to health. I like that much better because you can take both health and psyche, mental and physical damage.
I got 7 psyche.
Yeah, you do have 7. You have 7 psyche, 6 health, and everybody's values are different on their sheet based on how they were built. All right, cool. So yeah, like she goes up to him and tries to talk to him, and Gabriel, you just see them. He just goes draw and she flies. She hits like one of the booths, which was kind of soft, which is good for her. So she didn't like ram into like a pile of nails or anything. But yeah,
that didn't work. Not at all.
She got flung across the thing. So what are you gonna do, Gabriel?
Whoa. Hey, we just want to talk, man. There's no reason for this. We are not causing you any harm. We just want to talk to you and see what is going on here.
Says gods always cause harm. You should just get out of here.
I don't know who you normally hang around with, but we're not here to cause any trouble. What are you doing here? Like, why are you here? You know, this isn't like the place for you. This is like normal space. Man, I don't understand why you're here. Can you please just explain to me why you are in this bar?
All right, making influence and let's say empathy. I like that.
All right.
You're like, hey dude, calm down. Just tell me what's going on. So I like that. Let's make it an influence and empathy.
I dropped one of my dice, but thankfully I have many, many d10s.
Yes.
So. All right. So I got 3 successes.
Ooh, that's what I wanted. So that works.
Is that what you wanted because you want me to fail or because you wanted this to work out?
No, because 3 was it was going to be a difficult thing, and the max difficulty is 5. So it's like okay. I was like middle. I was like, it's not the most impossible thing, but it's in the middle there. So I'm like, okay. I was like 3 is what you're going to need in order to convince him to talk. Yeah, but you did. You actually got it. Good job.
Hooray.
He doesn't seem like his aggression is kind of lessening at all, but he does say, he says this was my home before it was a club.
All right. Like your home here? Like what was it when you were here and when?
Yeah, so if you look here at the map, so this was the hospital was here at 3-3.
Mm-hmm.
And then the vortex is right here on like the edge of town, down over here.
Okay.
Well, I guess up over there. I don't know why I'm saying down. And of course in my of course changing stuff up wisdom here of the GM, he says this club, the city's been buying up more and more land. This was my land, and I refuse to leave.
Oh.
So am I like knocked out, or can I?
No.
Okay,
you get up. No, you get up.
So I'm gonna.
Had you taken all 6, you'd be knocked out.
So I'm gonna get up. Come back over. Keep a healthy distance though. Like, well, so this one. I mean, I just asked a question. I was going to join you in destroying this place. I was going to tip that chair over, and then you hit me. And I mean, I guess maybe my body destroyed some stuff as I landed on that booth over there. But 2, this land is yours. Can't you just like go outside? I mean, why do you got to be in this building? Can't you just like go out in the parking lot and stay there? Because these people are trying to run a business.
Oh my gosh. He says no. He says no. When the bull charges at you, you get out of bull's way.
But you're sitting. Do you normally charge? Like, because I mean that'd be impressive to see, honestly. I mean, some charging, but I mean the whole time I've been in here, you sat, you raised your arm to drink, you smacked me, but other than that, the mobility is just not very much, really.
He says you are very annoying.
Listen, that's your one bull's opinion. I've got probably like six people in this establishment, so that probably think you're annoying. So I think, people annoyed with you outnumbers people annoyed with me. So I'm okay with that.
Oh, he says, okay. Sure.
It's about the reaction I expected.
Like, I don't really take your personal opinion about other people's thoughts on you all that seriously. No, he doesn't say it. It's too many words. So he says, I'm done talking. I need more drink. And then he kind of like eyes the bartender. Bartender's like pouring another drink. So yeah, so he is, I guess, gonna go back to ignoring you. If you do continue to, poke at him or jab him or whatever, he probably will swing on you again. Mostly Tony.
I'm gonna take a step. I'm gonna take a step back.
Yeah.
Turn my beauty back on the bartender. Says, "Don't serve him another drink."
Yeah. Well, he does have to kind of do what you say here. He says, well, I mean, he just kind of stops. He just like stops and just puts everything down. And yeah, he kind of just like the Minotaur kind of looks over his shoulder at you. You can totally see that he's giving you like the most evil eye ever. And he picks up the bartender by his throat and starts crushing it.
Oh, well.
And the guy's, like, he's not killing him, but he's basically showing that he definitely could.
So I'm gonna walk up and give this bull a nice kick, because he's gonna be my opponent now.
Oh gosh!
Because I'm gonna stand up for that person who is getting his throat crushed. I'm gonna stand up for them and take on the battle to protect them. So.
Well, Tony's turning this into a combat, so that's what we're gonna do now.
Oh, guys!
So yeah, so roll initiative, and we'll see. So to roll initiative, you roll 1d10 and you add it to your initiative bonus. And the Minotaur's really slow. Go fig.
Where is okay? There's I rolled an 8. I rolled an 8, so I'm at 11 initiative.
Nice. Well, you're certainly going before he is.
I got a total of 7.
And you have a 7. Okay. Yeah. And then Haley, you were kind of in the back, but are you going to join this, or did you go outside to call Wade? Which one did you do?
I like the idea of being outside.
Yes,
for a nice entrance.
Sounds good. Okay.
You better actually be calling Wade, not like Instagramming out there.
Who knows what she's doing?
I sent him a text of there was actually like a dog went by outside and relieved itself in front of the place, and I took a picture of it and sent it to him. And I said, "Get here now."
Oh man. Yeah, this went way down south real fast. That's what happens when you use curses too. It's like curses are just like, oh, now this guy totally hates you. That just changes everything. All right, cool. Well, Tony does get to go first, and you said that what you were doing is you were gonna kick him, right?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'm using my I'm your opponent now, so that gives me +1 to fighting.
That's gonna give you the +1, and you are gonna use fighting for this. Let's say fighting and let's say, you're doing like let's say it's like a sucker punch kind of thing. Because he doesn't think you're about to punch him. So use deception with that.
All right.
So use fighting and deception.
That's going to be 5 dice total.
Ooh.
3 for my fighting, my +1, and then 1 for my deception.
Nice.
Oh, that one went on the floor. Roll another one.
I'm sure that die was really good though.
It's not.
Sure you want to? Oh, okay.
One success and a bunch of not successes.
Oh my gosh.
No.
And I got also 1 success and a whole lot of not successes, which is fine because ties go to the defender, but I was expecting way more successes than this. Because I'm sure I rolled way more dice than you, and still didn't get anything but 1. All right, cool. So you see, Tony, Gabriel. Tony just goes up, and she just like side kicks him like in the rib, and like it almost looks like she hurt her foot on him. Like that's how like sturdy he didn't move at all. Like not even from like I got hit, like nothing. So what is Gabriel going to do with that?
See, at least drop the bartender.
No, I'm going to say no, not because you got no more successes over him. If you had gotten some, I would have said yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to say he's still holding him. He hasn't done anything. It's not his turn yet. So.
Yikes.
So what is Gabriel going to do?
I am so not a fighter in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, Gabriel's not. That's not Gabriel. Yeah, Gabriel is a lover, not a fighter.
Right. I want to get us out of here, away from him right now.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna try to grab onto Tony and drag her out of here. Be like, we need to leave.
Are you going to leave by foot, or are you going to try to leave quicker than that?
I think I'll try to leave quicker than that if we can.
Okay. So you have what do you have in Journey?
I have two for Journey.
So what we'll say is you can make a Journey and let's say Journey and Speed.
All right. Okay.
So let's do that. And I don't know what you have for that, but
that will be 4 dice.
4 dice. All right, cool.
All right.
So you are invoking your God of Travelers here.
Right. God of Travelers, let's GTFO.
GTFO,
it's not gonna go well. Oh, that was a bad roll. I got 2 successes.
Okay.
I get 2.
Oh, no. So with manifestations, they work slightly different.
Okay.
So with manifestations, there's not a difficulty, but each success that you roll gets an effect, basically.
Okay.
So since you are you're holding on to Tony, so you don't need to spend a success to use it on her. Are you also going to use it on Haley?
She was outside, so she's not in the immediate line of danger, so I'm not going to worry about her right at the moment.
Okay. So basically with your 2 successes, what you can do is I think you can go as far as like within like a mile. Like you can just basically be like, we're gone. We're about a mile away. Like you can just do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think 2 successes is a mile. Without actually going and looking at the rules. I'm just making it up now.
Right.
So if but yeah, so you just like teleport, you can teleport somewhere within like a mile. So
I'm basically just going to get us down the block. So we're still within line of sight of the building, but we are no longer in the building.
Cool. All right. So you just go and you just like
several yards outside, away from the door.
Yeah. Haley, you see them just like appear outside the door as well. And
not going well.
And I'm also just like, you are crazy. We cannot just go up and freaking kick him. This is not going to work. We need to come up with a better plan than just running up and kicking him.
Well, my first plan was just to talk to him, but he wasn't receptive of that either.
Yeah, clearly that wasn't working. All right. And
maybe it's just
go ahead
and
add communication to the list for Tony.
You're not keeping a list on me, Haley. Okay.
Did
you don't get to do the list.
Haley, Haley, come away from the door. We need to be away from the door, away from the angry Minotaur. Come over here.
You do hear as you're walking away from the door, Haley, you do hear, "They're gone, good. Now make me my drink." Is what you hear.
Bartender sounds safe.
Poor bartender. Totally
it is what it is, right? It is what it is.
Totally left him.
Sometimes the people around you suffer for your mistakes. So, okay, cool. So you guys are kind of all outside. Haley, when you called Wade, let's just get a gist of it. Like you called Wade and you told him what?
Oh, I just texted him that he needed to be here now.
Oh, at the vortex.
Yes.
With a picture of dog poop, right?
With a picture of dog poop.
Which is artistic somehow.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I was Wade, I don't know if that would compel me. I think I'd be like, I don't think I want to be there. There's dog poop everywhere.
What I was envisioning is like everybody, like she had sent that to me, and then I'm gonna like not make it a priority, and then eventually I will go there, but they've already left.
Oh, oh gosh, that's probably what's going to happen. I don't see them sticking around at
Yeah,
this
no,
point.
that's kind of
And Haley's probably not the one to follow up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, by the way, we left. Like,
By
she's
the way,
probably
we
not gonna-
left. Thanks a lot for coming.
Exactly.
Hey, Gabriel.
Did you tell him there's a Minotaur? Oh, sorry.
Gabriel,
Yes.
what was the actual deal that you made? Was it to remove this thing from the premises?
I guess we just had to, make it not a problem here anymore.
Yeah, his exact words were remove him from the premises and make sure he doesn't come back.
Right. We just got to get him away from here. We don't have to kill him, which obviously is not going to happen. But we need to, I don't know, scare him off, give him somewhere else to go, convince him to leave. He doesn't want to talk to us, and we clearly cannot fight him.
I mean, he was probably going to chase me out, if I could have kicked him a few more times.
Or he would have just squashed you.
You kicked him?
I kicked him right in his ribs. Hurt my toes.
And it did nothing.
Well, I mean, it did nothing when he punched me across the room, too. I mean, she shows your face,
Nothing.
Still good here.
Yeah.
So what's the plan? What are we doing? Where do you guys want to head out to?
That's a great question.
I know.
What is the plan indeed? I don't know. Haley, do you have any ideas what we should do?
I'm going to call Wade.
Yeah. I was going to say, actually, Wade has the hookup because he's a member of the Order of Mescanet, and they kind of know everything. So technically, he could call on one of his bonds, which is Cynthia, and get info for you guys.
If he would answer his phone.
If he would answer his phone. So Gabriel's calling you.
Gabriel's calling me.
Yeah.
We're getting called
all right.
multiple different ways.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody's calling you.
All right. Hey, I'm gonna block. Deny Haley. Deny. What's the other one? Tony and Gabriel. Okay. Hey, Gabriel, what's going on? I got a dog poop text from Haley.
Man,
I didn't think it was that important. So
tell him I got punched by a Minotaur.
You know how Haley is, man. She's just doing her thing.
Right.
Look,
so I guess it was just a whole. You got it all under control down there.
We really do not, and we could really use your help, man. No, it's a Minotaur who claims that the land that the bar is on, is his, so he's not going to leave. But him leaving is exactly what we need to accomplish. But he doesn't want to talk, and we can't fight him because he's enormous, and he threw Tony across the room.
Punch.
And he's enormous. And we could use some help here, some ideas, some anything. If you know anything about Minotaurs and what will make them migrate or something, I don't know.
I might have someone that could help us out with that.
Oh man, that would be so great if you could do that.
Yeah,
if you could. Are you? I mean, I know you're busy with stuff. Are you done with your meeting? Are you good?
Yeah, I think it went really well. Like I nailed it. Totally nailed it.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I'm so happy for you. That's great.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh so hard.
Right.
I'm sorry. Oh my god. That was good.
This is what happens when you come on the channel.
Totally nailed it.
You guys want to come over to the office? I'll introduce you to Cynthia. She kind of knows stuff about Minotaurs.
Yeah, that would be great if you could get her on that while we're on our way. We'd really need to hurry, man. I just don't know how much time we have.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Why don't you guys come over and we'll I'll set a conference room up. We'll talk to Cynthia about it.
All right, great, thanks.
You guys want anything to eat while you're here?
Yeah, sure. I don't think I've eaten at all today.
I'll order food for everybody.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.
So you call up Cynthia, and I'm looking at the time. We'll speed it up slightly. I'm sorry, guys.
Speed it up a little bit. Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
running it like I run my home games, which is just like very loose, and I'm not like a mission oriented GM at all. I just kind of like throw shit at you guys and then see what sticks. So Cynthia is what level? I think she's a 3 for you, right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. It's how many boxes does she have?
3, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so she's level 3. So basically, what you would then ask her to do is you would... so she is your contact with the Order of Mescanet. So you can say, like, hey, like, what information do you have in order to help us get rid of this Minotaur? And she can totally give you that information. And that just means that in a later session, she would then come to you and say, well, now you need to do something for me. And you'd be like, oh, crap, now I have to do something for her. And it kind of sucks, but because she's not nice. But in this case, we're going to say it's a brief phone call. You're like, I have a Minotaur and I need to get rid of her. So let me do that. And she's like, cool, yeah, totally. I'm on board. So what you're going to do is make a roll. So you're going to make a roll. It's either going to cost you 2 wealth or 1 strain. Actually, I think for her you can't pay wealth, so it has to do 1 strain to her.
Strain, okay.
So 1 damage to her. There's damage and there's strain. Damage is what you guys take. Strain is you are straining the relationship there. So that's why they take the strain. And then you're going to roll influence plus, let's say, knowledge. So what's your influence and knowledge?
3 and knowledge is 2.
So roll 5 dice. And I have 1 here.
Oops, there we go. There's 2 successes and 3 successes. 4 successes, actually 4.
Nice. That's exactly what you...
Yeah, I got 4 nines.
And that's what, I keep saying that, like, oh wow, that's exactly what you needed, but it is like, because basically what ends up happening when you're making this type of roll is she will be able to supply you with information in 5 minus successes scenes. So if you had 4, that means next scene she's going to have something for you. So.
Nice.
And we're about to move into the next scene. So perfect. Otherwise you would roll it and then you might have to wait a couple of scenes. So you might have to go do some investigation on your own and wait for that intel to come in, something like that. So I'm going to say that the next scene is, we're just going to move to the next scene. Everybody's at Wade's office. So we're going to move to Wade's office. Which is where? Let's see, Wade's office.
It is
8-4.
8-4, yep.
Oh, you guys are well within range. Okay, cool. So let's do that. Boom. I have to grab everybody's number. The chat is kind of the best place to do it, but it's still not convenient. I like it at the table because I can just be like, here's some chips, and then chips. It's way easier with chips. Online gaming is slightly harder, actually. It's 0 now. Okay. So, okay, cool. So you guys show up. He puts out a conference room and all that stuff. And you guys are all sitting there. He ordered like subs. Like, like those like half Cuban sandwich subs that like you can get the whole platter and everything. He ordered one of those for you guys. And then his assistant did, of course. And then a little bit later, like you guys are there and you guys are like, okay, we're waiting for the info, and you guys get like a package. It's like a pretty long box, boom, and it like slapped in the middle, like Wade has to sign for it and whatnot. But you get a box, and it is from Cynthia, but it doesn't have a return address. She's mysterious.
What is that?
I don't know. Cynthia sent it. I guess it's something we're supposed to need.
I hope it kills a Minotaur or runs it off.
It's like a cattle prod.
Yes, it's a cattle prod.
A giant magical cattle prod.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a cattle prod now. No, no.
Hold
so
on, I'm making a note of that.
No, when you open the box, there's actually like a long broadsword in there. The hilt, like it's like way big. Like the is it the hilt is the whole handle, right? Or is it just the hilt is just the bottom part? I always forget sword parts.
Yeah.
But anyway,
like Tim knows this. Tim, you know this, don't you?
Tim, totally.
Yeah, you're talking about the cross guard, or you're talking about the handle? Like
see, and then the bottom is the hilt, right?
the pommel.
That's the pommel. So the whole thing is the hilt.
What do you mean the bottom? Like the very base, like
yeah, like the base. That's the pommel, and then there's a handle, and then there's the T.
Cross guard. The whole thing is like the hilt.
So the whole thing is the hilt, though. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, so then the hilt is basically like you have to hold it like this, and like you're still like there's still space on either side. Like it's really big. The pommel, now that I know these words, the pommel is actually looks like it is like the skull of like a miniature minotaur.
A
which we in
minotaur?
the business,
A minotaur.
a minotaur, which of course us in the business of identifying skeletons and stuff call it a child skull. Like it's a child minotaur's skull on the bottom of the sword.
I'm gonna call it a minotaur.
You can call it a minotaur. That makes it sound way cuter than it is. Because really they had to murder a child to make this sword. So yes, you have a sword now. There's a little note that says this should take care of your problem.
Guys, I don't think I can lift that sword. She goes
Chandler,
over,
I would say you
grabs
have
it.
to have. Let me see what your strengths are. Actually,
We're gonna say I'm gonna say she goes over and grabs it and can't lift it.
Would this be fortitude by any chance?
This would be your strength, which would be at the bottom right.
Yeah.
What are your guys' strengths?
I've got
I got
four.
I got like a 2.
You're stronger than I am.
Wow, Haley. Well, Haley can hold it. I was looking for 3s, but she's got 4, so she.
Yeah, I've got a 4.
Oh, damn!
Yeah, so the two of us. have
Haley
four.
and Wade up in the house. Both of you guys can hold it.
My
So you
vote's
just have
for
to decide
Haley.
who.
When
wants to
Haley
wield it.
sees that Wade is eyeballing the sword, she grabs it first.
Are you gonna let her do that? Or should we roll? Should we gonna roll to see who gets
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Let's roll to see who gets that.
This would be
Let's make it obviously speed, and let's do speed and intuition.
2. Oh, okay.
See who gets their hand on the sword. This is a fun one.
Oh, I have 2 successes.
Two
only
successes.
I have 2 successes.
Oh, you only got one? Oh, darn it. All right, so Wade, like you see her going for it, and you're like, I got it. It's mine. Thank
That's
you.
right.
Yeah, and it's a magical relic filled with all kinds of divine power and whatnot. So you have a lot there. So you feel like if you were to swing this at a minotaur, you would likely kill one.
Nice. Okay.
Hey Wade, I know where there's a minotaur.
You could swing that ridiculously enormous sword at.
It's like really big.
Yeah.
It's that place we all went, and you stayed in your office.
Well, I had a lot of. It's been a really busy day for me.
I got smacked by the minotaur. I didn't get thrown like Gabriel said. I got smacked.
You got smacked and then you flew across the room. I mean, same difference. But
Well,
And you know what I did then? I kicked it.
Well, that's your problem right there. Why
Just
would
go
you
fight
do
the
that?
minotaur, Wade. Go fight the minotaur.
we're all gonna go. We'll be there to back you up, or at least drag you out before it murders you if this giant sword doesn't work out.
All right. Can I bring my dog with me?
You can. It costs you 1 strain to do so.
It cost me 1 strain on my dog.
You'll have to strain him. Yep.
Wow.
He doesn't
You
like
were using
Wade.
it. You were no.
Your dog would probably much rather hang out at the office
Oh my god!
than
Yes.
go fight a minotaur.
I mean,
So
we're probably
the
going to
way
leave
that
a bunch
you-
of these sandwiches, so.
So, the way that vassals work, he's a vassal. The way that vassals work is basically you can ask them to go do stuff for you as well, just like most bonds and attachments. But they have a special ability called accompany, which means you can strain them once, and then they will come with you, and they will basically give you bonuses because they are aiding you in your
Nice.
whatever you're doing.
Nice. That's kind of what I was
So-
hoping we could kind of work that into the.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how that works.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So I'm going to do that. Let's do that. I'm gonna bring.
All right, so
I'm
you have a giant sword and
a dire wolf.
and a dire wolf that
Or-
looks like a regular dog. It won't look like a dire wolf until you get to the club.
Right. And we're
All right,
marching
cool.
down
So
the
now,
street.
everybody gets back. Actually, I'm sorry. You have 0 free time. So, as you guys are about to leave, do 1 strain to your server farms, please, and remove. And you're going to spend 2 wealth. You're going to lose 2 wealth.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
So, like all your systems start kind of glitching and going kind of down, and you start hearing people freaking out in the office, and they're all like, "Oh my god, all the servers are down! What's going on?" Ah! And it's like utter chaos in the whole building now.
All right.
Uh,
Yeah, I guess let's get out of here before. No, I'm just kidding. Uh,
So I mean, basically, this is what gives you basically the choice here of what you're going to do here. So you can either say, all right, cool, we still have a thing to do, so I need to go do that thing, and I will handle this fire later. You can do that. Or you can be like, all right, Haley, sorry, you can just have to take the sword, and I'm going to have to handle this. So that's the other option. Or what you can do is you can spend 2 more wealth. And then what that will do is it will delay it. So basically you're like, you're basically like calling in this, what this would reflect in this case would be like you calling in like experts to come in and help kind of handle it. And it's going to delay you having to deal with it, but
Gotcha.
not necessarily, you see what I'm saying? So you
Yeah.
can do that too.
yeah, why don't I do that? And that'll put me down to 3 wealth.
Okay. That'll put you down to 3 wealth, but it brings you back up to 2 free time. So it's
Oh,
good.
nice. Okay.
Cool. All right. Yeah, that's actually what happens when Wade's in the group, and I apologize, everybody, because I should have warned everybody. But like Wade has like 2 free time, and like the whole like the other characters that you guys picked have like tons. So it's like I think Tony has like 7 free time. Like,
Yeah.
she's
Right.
ridiculous.
Because we're
Has
students
nothing else to do.
and artists and
Exactly.
internet personalities.
And
We literally
he has a company to run.
don't have
Um,
schedules.
Exactly. Cool. So, but I went ahead and took off your guys' free time. You guys get to the, and again, like I would actually have made a bigger deal about all of that and everything, but I'm trying to pay attention to time and whatnot.
Yeah, that's fine. And if we go
yes.
over, that's if everybody's okay.
Well,
with
I don't want
a
to be
little
an
bit.
inconvenience, so that's my thing.
No, you're not.
So you guys get back to the club, and now you guys are there. But let's see. You guys went there. You guys hung out and waited for a package. Now you're back. Let's say it's like there's a line starting outside. It's like 7:45. So
These people need to not come in this club right now.
they're like the club's gonna open in 15 minutes.
Oh no.
And a few VIP people have already been let in, but just a few, just like a handful.
Real quick, could I have said during that time that my Raven, my vassal, came with me?
Yeah, we can just assume she's there.
Cool.
Yeah, Angel can totally be there.
Thank you.
All right. So does the bouncer let us in?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean,
I
there's
can be
cover.
pretty. I can be pretty.
she can be pretty again and get you guys in, or you guys can just, it's like one wealth a person to get in if you didn't want to do that. Actually, it might be one wealth a person plus maybe 2 additional to get in as a VIP before everybody else.
Wow.
I'm gonna be pretty.
Six combined. I mean, there's
Yeah.
you guys have like 10 between you guys. So
do we want to get the minion or the Minotaur out instead of fighting it in the club?
That's a good question.
I mean, if we can, that would probably be preferable, but he didn't seem to want to go anywhere.
Either that or we're going to have to make it look like a performance.
I mean, or we could just like pull the fire alarm and get people out of here.
That's true. That's true.
We could just bring all the beer outside. Try and follow the beer.
Let's investigate like our powers. All right.
Okay.
So let's figure out like if there's anything that we can use. So let's go character by character and let's figure out. So we have Gabriel, the goddess, god of travelers. So he has Aegis, Oracle. So like you could do something like you could use Oracle, for instance, because Oracle is about Oracle is all about sensing things, right? So you can be like, I'm going to read the Minotaur's mind and see what I could do to make him travel to somewhere else, for instance. Like that's something you could do. For Tony, for instance, you have Soul, and Soul, one of the fun things you can do with Soul is create illusions. So you could be like, I'm going to create an illusion of something beautiful, and it's going to be something that's beautiful to him.
Like
You
a
see what I'm
female
saying?
Minotaur.
Like, or even just something that may not make him like leave the entire place, but it'll at least maybe get him outside.
A
See what I'm
really
saying?
big beer.
So there's that. There's I mean, it could be beer, but not likely. But it could be.
Probably female Minotaur, or
Yeah, or it could be like a beautiful sunset, or anything. These people, they're complex. They're complex. With Wade, let's see. You have shaping, so you could technically like. You also have beckon, so you could easily like walk into the club and just make it so cold that he has to leave. Like everybody would kind of have to leave, but like to make it cold enough that he would have to leave, it would mean everybody would have to leave. But you could do something like that.
Okay.
And then Haley. Let's see what Haley could do. Let me see what your skills. I'm just picking one for each of you.
I could scare everybody out.
You could definitely scare people out. Most definitely. Yeah, you could totally do that. But that's not even using your manifestation. That's just you just do that. Because you're a scary woman.
That's just you.
I'm
That's
surrounded
just you.
by an aura of fear. That one sentence is what made me pick this character.
Yes. And actually, your aura of fear works exactly the same way as Tony's aura of beauty. They work basically the same way. So
Gets you punched across the room by a Minotaur.
yours involves more screaming.
Now, in fairness, that wasn't what got her punched. So I just gave you guys a bunch of different options, but I mean, obviously it's up to you guys what you want to do. Those are all possibilities, but each of those carries a different strategy and a different outcome, to what you're doing.
I think whatever we do, however we get the Minotaur out, I want to blast him with like some I've got this freeze power, isn't it? It's like
your North Wind's Ring.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, actually, you have both. You have North Wind's Ring, and you have Wade can freeze you with a look.
Yeah,
you have both.
Freeze. I want to do.
You have a lot of cold things. That's what you have.
Yeah.
So.
I want to just kind of I want to nail this Minotaur and just slow him down when he gets out of here. He gets out of the building. So if we're gonna get the Minotaur out, let's make sure he's slowed down so he can't charge us when he gets out of here.
That's a really good idea. So which plan are we going to use in order to get him out?
Well, can he be scared out? I mean, would the scaring work on the Minotaur?
The scaring won't work on him. That works on mortals.
Go make it cold, Wade.
All right. Wait. Okay.
Maybe Haley should scare out all the normal people first. That way they don't get froze to death, and then you go in there, make it cold, and send them out. Or, I mean, you could just go in there and blast them with your freeze in there since no one else will be in there at that point.
Yeah.
That's true. Why don't we do that?
He's already wrecked the joint. So.
Yeah, not that I want him to wreck the bar any further, but it's better than him running out and wrecking the street and getting who knows what else, or who knows who else hurt.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. See, I'm the GM. I'm supposed to think of these things. But I didn't even think about that.
All right,
I
Haley.
would have thought about it if it happened.
Oh, wait, you're on the street. Hang on.
Go be scary, Haley.
I'm on it. So
all right. So how are you guys getting in again? Were you guys paying the cover, or was she going to use her beauty power?
Let me beauty our way, or somebody's
so
way in there.
If you spend the fragment, we'll just say you say, "Hey, let my friends in," and they just go in, because that's what that does.
Fragment has been spent.
Fragment's been spent. So Haley runs in, and there's like a few people. There's a little bit of music going on. There's like a few people on like the dance floor, but most of the people are like I said, like VIP, so they're kind of like in the booths and sitting up. Like they actually were able to fix up the place before VIPs and stuff came. The Minotaur himself is kind of sitting in like one of the corners, just kind of like just sitting there, just angry, just like fuming. So that's where we're at right now. So what are you doing? Are you going to run in and activate your Aura of Fear?
Well, I think I would have to. Do I need to use a fragment for that?
Yeah, it's a fragment for that.
And then I have one thing called Inhuman Visage.
Yes.
Does that let me do my transform into a raven without using a fragment?
Yes. Yeah, you only have to spend fragments on your turn into a raven if you are extending the period that you are. But the initial transforming, you don't have to spend it for that.
Okay. And one quick, just like kind of
sure,
worldly question about this: are we constantly trying to keep our godliness like down, or like if I was to scare them with something more supernatural, is that something we would normally avoid?
You would normally avoid it if you could. It's not the best thing to reveal yourself as a god. If you just do it like once and people like run away, they'll most likely rationalize it as something else. But using your powers just in general, there's a whole section in the book about like all of the terrible things that happen if you try to use your powers in public, and none of them are like, it's not like the universe slaps you or anything. It's just like, hey, like other gods might come in because they're like, "Ooh, I heard that something happened over here," and outsiders are like, "Ooh, I sense the presence of a god. Now I need to go and trample them." So it's like it just invites bad things. So, but totally do it because this is a one shot. So
I'll transform into a raven, fly into the center of the dance floor, up towards like the top of the disco ball.
Okay.
As a raven, and then use my Aura of Fear as a raven if I can.
Oh, I like that.
As I get closer to the disco ball, it would look like a huge menacing beast, like moving over him, and then I start like.
Oh, I dig that. That's really cool. That's a cool way to do that too, without like drawing suspicion and whatnot to you. I dig that a lot. Everyone's gonna be like, "What's up with that weird bird?" It works because that's how that power works. And basically what it does is there's a condition called afraid. And for every minute that like you're in there, they get another one and then another one and then another one until they just run. Like, they could be the bravest person in the world, but eventually they're going to run. But I'm going to say these are all cowards. So they just all immediately run.
The Minotaur also
'cause-
would probably need to do that check, right? Because it's a difficulty of 2 against other divine
Mm-mm,
creatures.
that's if other people want to resist.
Oh, gotcha.
That's actually, oh, that's right. I have to do that then. Let me see. I have to do that for the Minotaur. I forgot. I guess I did need to do that earlier for the beauty thing. I'm going to say that he made his roll earlier though.
Yeah,
Sure.
So it's more fun if he gets to punch you.
I remained smacked.
Exactly. So let's see. It's a what's the roll? It's difficulty 2 resistance check. So let's do the book actually says I'm gonna give him this many dice. And wow. No, I only got 1. So I'm gonna say that yes, I'm gonna say that it starts affecting him. And of course his fear makes him stand up, and he is going to do the not the fight or flight, and he's I actually have to make a roll to see if he does it. I have to make a roll. Where's the afraid condition? It is right here. Where's that? You always have to check these rules. All right, discipline and empathy. Oh wow, that's a terrible roll. Oh god. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna say that he gets kind of freaked out. He does. That's kind of, I wasn't expecting that. So he gets freaked out too, just like everybody else, and he starts running out the door. So the question here is, I'm gonna say evens, he runs out the front door, and odds, he runs out the back door. Let's see what happens. Which one did I say? I said odds is front door, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I rolled a 9. So he just like barrels through the door, and like you guys out. Tony was Tony and because I know Haley went in, but Tony and Wade and Gabriel, they were all still outside, right?
Yeah,
we all went in and followed Tony, and then I just went up and did scary stuff.
Okay, so yeah, like he runs out, and he, oh my god, he just like barrels through like the people that were all standing in line, and just barrels through, tramples them, like throws them all over the place. They all fall, and there's a few of them are actually pretty hurt because he's a big dude. Yeah, but he kind of runs like across the street, and he's like yelling, but it's not it's his like deep like Minotaur yell that's coming out, not his like fake human yell, but it's like as he's running, and he's totally freaked out. So as he's running, what are you guys gonna do?
Can I use that north wind's wind to like push him, like maybe like slow him down and get his attention?
So yes, the North Wind's ring, I believe, has a push thing, right? It does push. Okay. So yeah, you have to roll for that.
Just this one by this ring grants +1 ruin to send a rushing wind to a target at a target.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you're gonna make a ruin plus marksman roll, and you're gonna make it with a +1 because of your relic.
Ruin. Where's the ruin here?
I think you got 3.
I got 3. Oh, I do have 3. Yep.
Yeah.
And marksman. So
that's kind of like your thing. Your thing is the ruin.
Gotcha.
That's your thing.
That's 1 success, and that is 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, so actually, hold on. He is going to have to make a roll. He has a 3, and he doesn't have any of that, and he has this. Okay, so I made a roll, and it was like it totally beat your roll. But then I realized that I made the wrong roll, so I'm making a different roll, and with this roll, he does not beat it. So so cool, yeah. So you totally like you he's running, and you just kind of go. and like this big like cyclone of like cold wind, just like, and like I'm gonna say, since you got 3 and I got none, I'm gonna say that definitely like I'm gonna say he takes 1 damage and is also like tripped. He's tripped up. So I'm gonna say that he doesn't fall, but he gets tripped up and he kind of like stumbles into a car and like lands on the hood and like dents it. Like it's like all dented in because he's so heavy. But he definitely notices you now.
And so since he notices me, can I use that Wade's freeze you with a look and like freeze a part of his body?
I would say yes, but I kind of want to see what everybody else wants to do real quick.
All right.
I mean, unless you guys are just like, no, go for it, Wade. So it's like...
Well, I think I would say go for it, Wade, and I would probably try to help some of the people that got knocked down.
Yeah.
That's what Tony would probably do. Because I know I can... I don't have to do it, but I know I could, use like the Aegis to heal people. But for time's sake, I don't have to go through that whole process at the moment.
No,
right.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Well, you would only actually be able to heal them if their beauty was marred. That's kind of the thing.
Gotcha.
It all has to link back.
Gotcha.
So like if their arms and legs were trampled, you can't really heal that. It sucks,
I find the one that took a boot to the face.
Now, of course, Gabriel has he has the truth that says Gabriel can heal with a touch, so he can actually go and just touch people and heal them without the use of any things. So. Okay, so then you guys are healing then. So you guys are going over and helping the people, inconspicuously healing people without people noticing. And then Wade is going to get a second attack. And while you're doing your second attack is when Haley is also coming out. So she'll be able to do something after you do this. So go ahead and do your can freeze you with a look. And tell me what you get.
So it is, what is it? Marksman plus spark?
Yes. Your spark is 1. Everybody's spark is 1 right now.
Okay, so that's just
so isn't it, it's not just marksman plus spark, is it?
It says makes it discipline. Oh no, plus discipline.
Yeah, plus I was gonna say
6. So that's 6.
Everything is usually 2 things. And then sometimes you get a bonus. Good lord, I am just rolling terribly. This is the second roll that I got no successes.
Oh.
I only have one success on that.
I mean, but 1 beats my 0. And they're not. I'm not rolling any critical failures, which is fine. But it's all just utter failures. All right, so that means you do 1, and then you freeze one of the limbs, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna freeze one of his legs.
Okay. So you fired it at his legs, and now, and you see like there's like a frost kind of over his leg, and he's like, "Brr." He's very angry about it. He sucks. Actually, you deal 1. You deal plus 1 damage, so you would have dealt 1 damage, so you instead deal 2 damage.
Nice.
Yeah. So there you go. And you freeze his leg, so it's great. So now he has a limp. Cool. So Haley flies in, and I'm gonna let you do something before he does something.
So Haley comes out, still a raven, flying and doing like a spiral. So Wade, how are you holding the sword while you're doing all this stuff?
It's I'll answer that. It's like wrapped up in like a cloth, like on his back.
But the actual handle, the hilt is exposed.
I'm gonna say, I don't know. Does it need to be?
Yes.
I would think that you wouldn't want to just run around town with a hilt, like showing. Everybody's gonna be like, "Why does he have a giant sword?"
But I want to do something ridiculous.
But since you're going to do something cool, I'm going to say that the handle is exposed because it will feed into your cool thing that you're going to do.
Absolutely.
Maybe because he's been moving around and doing his frosty hands. His Iceman moves. It jostled the packaging, and so.
Yeah. I like that. Yes.
So as I'm changing back from a raven to me, I'm upside down with my hands out, grabbing that, and I finish my transformation above the Minotaur, and I'm falling
Nice.
to it with the sword.
Very cool. All right, so then let's do a fighting, and then let's use might. I like that. So let's use that. Let's use fighting and might, and I'm actually going to give you a +2 for coolness.
Oh, cool.
For having a really cool thing that you're doing here. I think it's
mind if I use a
awesome.
Pantheon die?
Oh, Pantheon. Yeah, let's do that.
Do it.
Do it.
All right, so I've got 2 for might, 2 for fight, 2 for being cool, and 1 for Pantheon.
There you go.
Yes.
This is the most D10s I think I've rolled ever.
Also, don't forget you can also spend free time, and you can get an additional +2. Oh, you don't have any free time. Oh, Haley doesn't have any free time to spend.
No.
I was gonna
The only
say.
thing I have is my vassal. Oh! But I do have the consequence of hatred, which gives me +1 damage to all attacks.
It does mean that you deal +1 damage. Yes.
All right, my raven doesn't help.
No, not in this case.
Cool. I don't think I can hold any more dice, so this is. Oh man. Okay, I got 2 10s.
Oh,
I got 2 7s.
Nice.
I got 2 or 3 and a 5.
So that's 6.
6.
That's 6 then. Nice. All right. Let's see what I get. I got 1, 2, 3. I got 3. So what that's going to do is that means that what you would have dealt is you would have dealt 3 if this was just a regular attack, because it's our differences. +1 because you're using a weapon. That's actually how weapons work in this. You deal +1 because you're using a weapon. Done. Simplified.
And then
So technically that would be 4 damage. What's that?
Then +1 for consequence of hatred.
Right. Then it would be +1 for your hatred. So now you're at 5 damage. And then it would be an additional +3 because this is a sword of Minotaur slaying. So
conveniently enough.
Yes, conveniently enough. So it's actually you did 7 damage to him, which is quite a lot. It doesn't sound like it's a lot, but that's like half of his health. Like it's like
That's crazy.
Like, yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess it is a lot because like Tony has like 6. So I guess 7. Boom! Like you would kill Tony had you done that.
Glad I'm on the other side of the sidewalk.
Yeah, not to use you as the example. I'm not saying I want Tony to die. I'm just saying that she would be dead. But I also said that he had already taken a couple of points of damage from Wade's things too. So he's actually below half. Like he's got like 3 or 4 left or whatever. So I am going to use his turn to, I don't know, probably jack somebody up here. So, I mean, I guess the person who's closest to him is Haley.
Yeah,
So he is going
Haley
to.
points at Wade and says he did it.
That's funny. That's good. I like that. Okay, so he is going to. He's actually, you know what? He is going to ignore you. He's going to totally ignore you. He's going to shove you to the side, and he is going to target Wade. I actually like that because he knows that he's more effective if he can get a running start. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
No.
13. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Only 12 because he has the negative from your frozen leg thing.
No, that's right.
So he's only rolling 12.
Only.
That's it.
Yes.
That's
It's a
fine.
scary
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
No. Minotaur, and actually this is like first draft Minotaur. They're actually way stronger than this.
Great.
I think because right now he has a base 10, and I'm pretty sure the final version he had like base like 14. Because Minotaurs are like devastating. But this is cool because I'm gonna roll these dice, and then what are you trying to do? Because he's gunning for you.
What should I do? I should try to. How should I try? Can I try to? Oh, you know what? I should have like I don't have anything like red that I could like try to like do like the whole matador thing. All right.
No,
No, I don't.
but you are the god of cold. Like something cool that you could do would be to summon up a wall of ice in front of you
Yeah,
to
let's-
like block his attack or something like that. Like you could always do something like that,
let's do that. Or
just like
you
jump
know
to
what?
the
Maybe my
side.
dire
Like-
wolf. Maybe my dire wolf like jumps in at the last at the last minute and tries to defend me.
Well, he doesn't like you that much.
Yeah, he doesn't. I'll just.
But I will give you the bonus. Like he will like if you try to get out of the way, he will also grab like your pant leg and pull you, like to help you get even more out of the way. So if you were gonna go for like a dodge or whatever,
right.
So you could do something like that.
Yeah, let's do that. Let me try to dodge it.
Dodging is usually just athletics and speed.
Okay.
And then you're gonna get the +2 because Calic is a level 2 vassal.
Okay.
So you get the +2.
So that's 5 total.
Yes. Which is good. It's not as good as 12. But also I've been rolling for like crap. So you may be just fine anyway. Yeah, see that's not what I expect out of 12 dice. I got 4 successes.
I got 1, so
That's dumb. Oh, yeah. Only 1?
only 1.
Okay. So actually that means that I got 4, you got 1, that's 3, and then he actually deals +3 damage.
No.
So that is 6
That-
damage to you.
That
sorry.
that takes care of that. That knocks me out.
So
Wade, look out for the Minotaur.
Oh, wait.
so here's the thing. So what I would do is so that it doesn't, because like when you hit all your damage on health, you start to die.
right.
So
right.
instead of you dying, what I'm going to say is you should probably take, say, 4 damage,
right.
like take 4 damage to your health, and maybe take a level 2 bleeding condition, possibly.
Okay.
So now you're bleeding. So bleeding 2, and then you're good. And then you only have to take 4 of the damage.
All right.
There you go. And that's how we stay alive in this game. is not taking all of the damage all up front.
Nice.
So he's going to do that. And actually, what I'm going to say is, since he mauls Wade, I'm going to say that he is also going to do 1 damage to Psyche for the rest of you guys. So, and that's basically like loss of morale. Like you guys are freaked out because you just saw him just bowl over Wade, and Wade's on the ground bleeding now. So not good. So
My board of directors are not going to be pleased.
no, definitely not. Definitely not. All right. So now, since that was a very kind of impromptu round, let's all actually roll initiative this time and see what we get. Because that was kind of like a who wants to go win.
Initiative was, I didn't roll it last time because I wasn't in the room.
It's a D10 plus your initiative modifier. Sorry.
Oh,
I got 11 again. I rolled an 8 again.
I have
Good
10.
Lord. 10 for Wade
Yep.
10.
and a 10 for Haley? Wow.
8.
8. Wow. Because I actually rolled a 10 for the Minotaur as well.
Nice.
So I was thinking, because I rolled an 8. He only has a +2. I rolled an 8, and that's how I got my 10. So I was hoping that whoa, I rolled so good. I was totally going to beat you guys, but nope. So cool. Tony gets the go.
So what
So
I
Tony,
want
you're kind of back, Tony, because
Yeah.
you were helping people. Do you have something that you want to do from afar?
I do. I hear the sounds of a mauled Wade and decide that. So can I use shaping to create another me, like an image of me that's equally as annoying as I am? 'Cause this Minotaur is not fond of me. So I figure if I can provide a distraction without putting myself in immediate danger, maybe we can make this thing lose its head.
Let's see. Do you have beckon? Because that's more of a beckon thing.
I don't have beckon.
Okay. So if you have beckon, you could just summon up a clone of yourself. With
Yeah.
shaping, that means you could grab one of the people next to you and you can make them look like you. But then, of course, they'll be like, what the? What the hell's going on? But you can totally do that. It's because each of the skills kind of works, each of the manifestation skills works slightly different. But beckon would be to like summon something. Something, and for you, it'd be summon something that is beautiful. And if you are beautiful, then you can just summon another one of yourself.
Let's see. What else?
Or possibly minion. Do you have minion?
I don't think let me see. I don't think I have minion.
Darn, the two that you need in order to do the thing you want to do are the two you don't have.
I don't suppose I could make Wade look like me.
You could.
Sorry, Wade.
Wade can either let it happen, or obviously you can resist it if you didn't want it to happen. But I don't know. Seems like it's a cool idea.
Yeah, no, let's go. Let's run with it.
No, you're like on the ground. You're like, oh, like, whoa, why am I? What?
So let's do that. So what do I roll? Do I roll for that?
Let's say that's going to be a shaping.
Okay.
And then let's make it. Usually it's shaping and crafts to make somebody else look like you. Oh, that's actually your best thing.
Yeah, that's going to give us 6 dice.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Here we go.
Wade is the first person to be mauled by a minotaur and looks pretty at the end of it.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
All right, so that's a 10.
So that's 2.
2 10s.
Nice.
A 7, and the rest are fails.
That's 5.
Yep.
Nice.
Awesome.
Very cool. Let me see. So we can use 2. We'll use 2 for targets, and we'll use 1 for range since you're not close enough to touch anybody. So that's only 3. And then we'll use the other 2 as bonuses to their beauty. So that's cool. So actually, instead of like you release your magic and you're like you kind of just pointed it at Wade, but now Gabriel and Haley and Wade and the Minotaur all look like you now.
Sexy.
you rolled it too well, sir.
Well, maybe it'll attack itself.
So now everybody is super beautiful. But no, I like that because it is. I'm going to use that because it's gonna disorient him. I'm going to give him some negatives to whatever he does. So I like that though. That's a fun. So Haley or Wade, whichever one of you two wants to go first.
Oh, I'd keep it with the same scene because Wade's affected by this change too.
Oh, okay. So I'm on the ground.
Yes, you are on the ground bleeding.
Bleeding.
Yes. Yes, it's not fun. It's one of my least favorite things to do.
Yeah. Can I... Where am I bleeding from?
Let's just like he like came in like that. So you're probably like bleeding shoulder or something like that. Okay. Yeah. So
can I freeze it?
Freeze the
like the wound, like so the like maybe I can stop it a little bit.
Oh yeah. Let's use well, I mean that would either be beckon or possibly or Aegis. Do you have Aegis?
I don't. I have beckon though.
Let's do some beckon.
So just beckon? Yeah.
Well, it's going to be beckon in medicine.
Medicine. Where's the medicine? So 3. It has 2 successes. I have 2 7s.
2 successes. Nice. I'm going to say that that's enough to lower your bleeding by 1. So you were able to freeze it, but not exactly. So cool. So now you only have a bleeding 1 condition.
Okay.
Cool. Awesome. So Haley.
Where is Gabriel in relation to the Minotaur that is now another clone of Tony?
Exactly. Who's who? I don't know. That's the thing. You don't know. You don't know which one is actually. I mean, you know which one's Wade.
Oh,
like that's the thing. So but now it's like there's 4 other Tonys. One of them is obviously running towards 2 other Tonys, but then there's Tony and Gabriel who both look like Tony, and they're over by like the crowd. And the Minotaur is still continuing to run. It's still running towards them. So.
Oh, I can see who they truly are with the fragment.
Oh, that's right. Do you want to spend that?
Well, I don't know that I'll need it since I know which one is the target.
You know which one's the target. You just don't know which one everybody else is. So you're correct. So it depends on whether it's necessary for you to know, because your question was like, how far is Gabriel? So if it's important for you to know where Gabriel is, you might want to spend it. But if it's not, then
I was gonna throw the sword to Gabriel if the Minotaur was like running past or towards.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But if that's the positioning, that's what I would like to do. So I will use a fragment and spot where Gabriel is, and I'd like to. I don't know what I can really use here to help me with this, but I'd like to get the sword
to throw
to Gabriel. Yeah.
What you can do is if you want to give if you give Angel a strain, then you can get a bonus because she can you can throw her the sword and then she can grab the sword and then fly it to him.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
Bring this
the imagery with Haley is just great. Cool. So yeah, so let's make a roll for that. Let's say it's gonna be an athletics and a marksman roll, and you're gonna get a +2 for Angel's assistance.
So marksman is 1, athletics is 2, +1 for my bird.
No, +2 for your bird.
+2 for my bird.
+2 for your bird, and then if you want to grab any Pantheon dice, you can obviously grab that as well.
Oh, I already used one last time. I won't use it. Well, if I fail, is there a chance I'm going to skewer my friend with this sword? In that case, I should probably use it.
No.
I've got 5 dice here. Should be somewhat okay.
This isn't like it's because with divine magic, when you release that magic has to go somewhere. Is basically what ends up happening. So if you roll really, really well, you have to spend those successes somewhere. Which is why I was like, hey, this will be fun. So I didn't have to do it.
I got 3 successes. And
3 successes is I'll say that's enough.
My other 2 dice were 6s, so they were just under.
So close.
I'll say that's enough. I'll say that's 3 successes is enough, because you have 4 strength, right? So you're just and then right. It almost gets there, and then Angel grabs it and guides it the last of the way, and then Gabriel goes, and then it's super heavy, so you're oh gosh. But but you can be so basically you can use it now, but obviously since you don't have the strength, I'm going to give you a negative to use it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say it's going to be I don't know, a -1. Let's just make it a -1. I think I would normally make it a -2, but I don't think that you're good in those skills anyway. So I don't want to hamper you too much. Let's make it a fighting. Let's make it fighting, and I guess it's just gonna be fighting and speed, most likely.
All right. So you said that's -1, so I just subtract 1 die from my pool.
Yeah. So exactly. Yeah. Bonuses add dice. Penalties take away dice. It's a simple system. Oh gosh.
All right.
Is it that bad?
I'm rolling 2 dice.
Okay.
But I am gonna. I have this giant sword. I am gonna try.
Can you use any of the Pantheon dice?
Yeah, grab a Pantheon die.
You can Pantheon dice. You can also spend. You can also spend a free time for +2 dice. You could spend a fragment for extra successes. There are a lot of different ways in order to make sure that you succeed if you want to.
All right, I'll use that Pantheon die, and then we'll see where.
Just one.
Right. Yeah. I mean, do you guys?
No, I don't care. Go for
it.
Use it.
All right, I'll do it.
Or use that free time since this is a 1-shot.
Are you just going to take it all? Are you going to take them all?
I'm not going to take them all. No, I'm going to take. No.
Nope. I already put it in the. I already put it in the system. You took them all.
Right,
so take all 4.
Fine.
It's already done.
I'm trying to roll, and my cat is attacking my arm at the same time.
Gosh.
He thinks this is a game for him.
So then you have your 2 dice. You said right, 2 dice, and then you have and you're spending 4. You have the 4 additional dice for your Pantheon.
Right.
Free time as well.
Sure, we're
All
gonna
right, so that
spend
gets
free
you
time.
that gets you 2 more.
Yes.
All right,
We'll make this work. We're
spend
gonna
all
make
the
this work.
things.
All of
Come
it.
on.
And then you can spend a fragment. And what a fragment does is it immediately gives you 3 successes, not 3 dice. That
Oh,
gives you
Alright.
3 boom successes.
All right,
Gabriel,
we'll do
Gabriel
that.
deserves this.
I'm throwing my all into this. I have to get this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I kind of wanted.
Minotaur.
I like this being Gabriel delivering the final death blow. I'm assuming it's going to be a death blow.
I mean,
Um,
we're hoping.
We'll see. Let's see how good I roll. then.
Oh,
Maybe I just
Oh.
roll way better than you.
I rolled pretty well, actually.
Yeah, I didn't.
That is.
I
Yeah.
got.
rolled.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh
Oh my gosh. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
That
7,
is
8.
8 successes.
Wow. Well, that's 8 plus your fragment, which is actually
Plus my
11
fragment, so it's
successes.
11.
11. Nice.
11 successes. Jeez. I actually rolled 4 successes to not get hit. So, so yeah. Yeah, you. I mean, yeah. He basically, because remember, he was like running towards you. He was about to do it, and you're like, whoa, fumbling with the sword, and in one moment, you just kind of hold firm as you're kind of falling backwards because it's way heavy. But like when he gets over to you to pounce on you, you just hold it up, and he just kind of lands on it the wrong way. So you're just like, ugh! And then he and the sword all like just collapse on top of you. So you're on the ground underneath, and there's like blood gushing and all over you now and everything. So yeah, it's really, really, really gross. But yeah, so
This is what happens, Amanda. Every single session.
Is this what did this happen before?
I am now once again covered in some sort of disgusting fluid. This is how every
like you feel very victorious, but it also feels like you're not going to be able to breathe in a few minutes because everything is really heavy.
Also trapped under a minotaur.
So yeah, and I assume, like Haley probably comes over and helps pull, like Haley and Tony come and help pull the Minotaur off. You guys together are able to do it. He's very heavy, but I'm going to say you guys are able to do it together. So you pull him off, and like the whole crowd there is like, what the hell? Like everybody's like, that dude's fucking dead. What the hell? That dude's dead. And so there's a lot of that going on. And then like basically Daley kind of shows up, and he kind of just like waves his hand, and like all of the people they just kind of like forget that you guys are even there. You just go whoosh.
Nice.
And then they're just like, oh man, I didn't think the line to this club was gonna be so brutal. And then they, I mean, I know it's like VIP and stuff, but come on. And then they kind of like get up, and they're like, man, that lady's dead. What the hell's up with? No, you guys were over there healing people. I'm just kidding. But they're like picking up people and like helping them up, and they're like, man, like this must be a really awesome club for this sort of thing to happen. And so everybody forgets that you guys were even there. And the reason for that is there's only like the six theologies that are from these 6 characters that are in the quick start, but there's another theology called the Masks of Jana, and they're all about keeping divine activity hidden. Like that's what they do. So that's what he just did. So he kind of shows up, and he kind of just like he comes up to like the Minotaur's body, and he's just like, did you guys have to kill the thing?
It didn't want to leave.
We didn't have to.
Yeah, I mean, oh my gosh.
We tried talking to it. It didn't want to go anywhere.
It was not receptive to talk.
No.
Yeah. He kind of like, he closes his eyes, and he like, you see him kind of mumble something to himself, and you see like this like weird, like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like a flat creature with like eyes like on top. it's like made of like just black shadow, and it's like, when I say eyes on top, like a flounder.
A flounder.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
how they have both
The
eyes on one side and they're kind of like this and
Shadow
stuff.
flounder.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a shadow flounder. Yeah.
Mm.
That makes it sound way less intimidating, but that is essentially what it is. But it kind of just like slinks into the scene, and he kind of says like, "Can you please take care of the Minotaur's body?" And the thing just like wraps around the body and then just like disappears into shadow. That's his. He has a shadow flounder thing. You have a dire wolf, but he has a shadow flounder thing.
Yeah.
So that's his
just
thing.
like a garbage collector spirit.
Basically, that's what it is. It's a scavenger, and it likes to eat. Like it'll just eat just about anything. So he could ask it to eat a statue or like the foundation of a building if he wanted to. Like the thing just likes to eat.
What about like? And I point at Wade. What about like him?
You stop that.
He says
I'm bleeding
I'm
over
not,
here.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
He says I'm not really happy with the way that it ended. I was hoping that, you know, possibly there would be a way that we wouldn't have to kill the Minotaur.
I mean, that was our first choice too, but it didn't really work out.
Yeah, it didn't work out for me either. So I guess that's the deal then, right? And he holds out his hand to you.
Yep, that's the deal.
Okay.
Right.
All right. And you shake his hand, and like all of that energy that you felt was kind of put into you in the moment, like it seems like it drains out of you, like, and like back into him. And he says, I would believe that you would probably get a call from the hospital within the next few minutes. And he says, thank you for your attention to my matter here.
Thank you. I can't thank you enough. I can't tell you how much it means to me.
Well, you know, the next time that you need something, you can always come and ask.
Yeah, I got your card. Thanks.
So he goes into the club. He's like, finally, yes. So he's like, he goes into the club, and it's the best thing ever for him. And he has an amazing time. Not that you guys care, but he has an amazing time that night because he hasn't been able to get there, and he has like all the regulars that haven't also been there. So like they're finally getting back together after like weeks of not being able to hang out together, and they just have like the best time over drinks and all kinds of stuff. It's amazing. I know you guys don't care, but still, I'm just saying he has a great time. You guys helped him have a great time. So I assume you go back to the hospital then at this point.
Yes.
And when you get there, there is like you get there and she is awake, and she embraces you, and it's awesome, and she can walk, and everything is great. And it's, amazing, and it's wonderful. So, so that sounds like it's a lackluster ending, but that was the end goal, was to save her. So
yeah, no. And I think Wade is going to get some medical attention too.
Yes.
Once he realizes that everybody is alive and doing well now.
Yes. So yeah, you can totally go get some medical attention. It's easy to do.
You're in one of those rich person hospital rooms.
That's right. Well, very good.
Hospital. I mean, why not, right? And basically, like a doctor will see you. They'll wrap it up. You'll be like fine tomorrow.
Yeah,
You're a crybaby. You're a crybaby.
Haley just has one last thing to say to Gabriel. The moral of the story, Gabriel. Don't ride bikes.
What? No. What?
You shouldn't be riding bikes.
It's like anti-compassion, Haley. That's like the exact opposite of what we're going for.
No one would have been thrown across a room or mauled or put in a hospital if you guys just would have not ridden bicycles.
Tony's going to take Haley.
Bicycle, Haley. It's a motorcycle.
It was a
Call it a bike.
I had this whole time I was thinking you guys were bicycling around. And I was like, this is but I didn't want to say it.
Do I look like I'm 12? Like,
that's exactly
no.
so. Okay. Well,
So
I feel better about this.
so Tony, you go back, and the next morning is actually finals. So make a roll to see how well you did at finals.
Just
And
one.
It's gonna be just knowledge.
Just knowledge.
What I have here in my notes is that you would have rolled knowledge with a +1 bonus every time you said you were going to sneak in some additional study time during the adventure. But you weren't focused on that. So, but that's the thing, right? So you were like, no, my friend's in trouble. But like, you were sitting in a conference room. You could have pulled out a book. You could have been like, I'm gonna, read a chapter or something. Just saying.
That's a big fail.
It's
a two and a one.
No.
Oh no!
All right. Well, yeah, that actually would mean that you would have caused 2 strain to your campus bond. So because your standing in the campus would be dropped. So with a critical failure, with a regular failure, it would have just been 1. But since you rolled a critical failure, it's actually 2, which actually is really, really, really bad. So there's that. The other storylines, because we'll say that that's the end. Sorry, I know it feels anticlimactic, but
no, it's good.
Gabriel was able to save Samantha, and Tony failed a test. And I mean, it's just how it works. But Haley's text messages were actually going to be somebody who was trapped that you were going to have to go find and possibly save that person. You didn't seem to be distracted from the main thing for that, but that would have been an and basically, had you said, hey, I see these things, I'm going to go and do that. Had you saved that person, you would have had an ally against the Minotaur. They would have assisted you. So there's that. Wade's thing was actually that Katrina was she wasn't catfishing you, but she kind of was. So she was pretending to be interested in you so that she could get into like the program in order to be a consultant and come into your building. And then she started like corrupting all your systems and stealing your schematics and stuff like that, which is why your business started taking damage and you started losing money.
Okay.
What she was doing. So basically, the way that I had structured your story was that if you had used your time in order to use it to interact with her like a lot, she wouldn't have been able to do that.
Okay.
She wouldn't have been able to do that. So it's like, again, it's like save your friend or, hurt your business basically.
Sure.
But actually,
that lends itself to a really good like episodic style of a game.
Yeah, and that's the thing with a one shot, right? It's like I have all these ideas. I could have just said, "Hey, there's a Minotaur, let's go fight it." But like the way that Part-Time Gods works is like there has to be a bunch of different things going on because that's life, first off. But that's like how the game like structures itself. And then Gabriel's thing was actually it was everything we did. Actually, it was because you guys chose that one to be the main one, which it was. In fairness, it was the biggest one. It was supposed to be the main one.
Right.
So, but it was like, but had you talked to the Minotaur, you would have found out that his name was Ricardo. Had you guys been able to befriend him, his name was Ricardo and all that stuff. If you had, I say here that if you had pissed him off and made him leave, then he would have started destroying. You would have basically caused strain to some of your landmark bonds because he would have found out where you guys live and he would have started going and trashing your areas. So I had that here. Or you could just talk him into leaving, but that didn't happen, mostly because of Tony. But if you did succeed, then Samantha is saved and then you're fine. So that was basically those were all the different storylines that I had going. And Ofo, the funny thing about Haley's text is that Ofo was the name, and I actually had here that his actual name was Oliver, and Ofo was an autocorrect that the phone did. So like, because like it was supposed to sound like it was all like mystical and whatever, like ooh, Ofo, what kind of creature would that be? But actually, it was just an autocorrect because autocorrect is stupid sometimes.
Sometimes it is.
So yeah, so that was that's basically Part-Time God's second edition.
Yeah, no,
it's kind of about telling more like person like yes, there are some like epic moments like like Gabriel skewering the Minotaur. That was really awesome. That was really, really awesome. 11 successes. You know, and even like the interaction between Tony and the Minotaur, like I know she got punched across the room, but that was a lot of fun. So it was like, I really liked that scene. And of course, then Wade now just like failing. Like, it's like, hey, like, I'm your boss. You should cut. No, just, and it was just awesome. So just like to see your epic fail was just amazing.
Yeah.
And then of course Haley with your transformations and your slaying the thing. Like you cut him down so that Gabriel could actually get him, which was really nice. But
I really like the. I didn't look at everybody else's character sheets as much, but I like all the different things you can do in concert with each other.
Yes.
So like your truths can play off each other, the blessings, so you can like really build out really unique, flavorful moves.
Yeah.
Really
And there's and honestly, like we didn't even get into the curses all that much. Like Kent used a curse, but like there's like everybody has like 4 curses. Like they all do something. So we didn't actually even get into that sort of thing. But like you know, like Gabriel could have just been like, he could have used like his innocent one. Like somebody just, you would have been like, you know, we should make a deal and we're going to do that. Yeah, totally. That sounds great. Like, you know, it's like, I'm not going to question this at all. That sounds great on the surface, you know? So it's like, you know, and if this was an ongoing game, like the first thing I would have probably ended the session slightly different. Cause I would have said something like, you know, you get there and she's totally fine, but she doesn't remember who you are, or something crazy like that.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like that's part of the deal. And then you would have to go back and then like punch them a bunch, you know? So, you know, so it would happen, but that's like, you know, it's a one shot. So you want a satisfying ending, you know, you don't want another mysterious ending. Wait until next time. But like the innocent one is pretty cool for Gabriel. And nobody played Mina, but Mina has one that's called like Bored Now, where like whatever task she was sent to do, she just gets bored and decides not to do it. And it's just like, that's one of my favorites. So it's like, it's awesome. You know, you're just like, all right, you do this, you do this, you do this. And it's just like, cool, we'll all do that. And then everybody gets to their spots and she just goes, nah, I'm not going to do it. So it's like, you know, it's fun. I've played this game a few times with that character in play, and you have to do that. Like you have to do it.
Absolutely.
You just have to. So anyway, yeah. So I mean, that's the game.
That's awesome. I thank you so much for coming on and doing this for us. It was a lot of fun. You said you're planning on a March Kickstarter. Or no, a May Kickstarter.
May. Yeah, because March is already gone. No, it's gonna be a May Kickstarter. And like the cool thing is like, you know, again, like we did a one shot, and you know, I probably could have focused it a little bit better. I kind of came up with the storylines and stuff this morning.
Awesome. It was good.
But I had a lot of fun with you guys because you guys were kind of jumping around and going crazy and, you know, bouncing around and everything. So it was a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys did have as much fun as me too. Yeah. But yeah, the Kickstarter is going to end up being on in May at some point. And yeah, May 8th I think is the date that I'm shooting for. So we'll see if we hit that. But May 8th is the date. So everybody's like, mark that in your calendars and
absolutely. Stuff. And go like Third Eye Games on Facebook. And where else can folks find you, Eli, on social media?
At Third Eye Games at Twitter. We have a G+ community for Part-Time Gods 2nd edition if you wanted to go check that out. There's, I don't know, type in Part-Time Gods and you'll probably find it. You know, G+ communities have like weird links. It's like G+, it's like plus.google.com/A8, you know, B, you know, colon, you know, it's like, nobody wants to type all that in.
And no one is going to.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, paste it, but I will not type it in. But thirdeyegames.net is you know, the main site. And like I said, we'll have more information on the Kickstarter coming up here. This was actually just, you know, this was a lot of fun because I really like you, Doug, and you know, you introduced me to all these really fun people to play with. So this was a lot of fun. I liked how, you know, you all got into character and everything. It was a lot of fun. But we have this one, and then we're gonna have some other sessions and stuff that are going to be available during the Kickstarter and all kinds of stuff. So there's going to be lots of example plays and lots of fun stuff. I'm really excited. I'm
Nice.
super excited.
Well, we're excited for you. I know I'm going to. I'll say I'm really excited. I'm assuming everybody else is excited as well.
Yeah.
We'll be keeping an eye out. Let's Amanda, where can folks find you if folks want to find you on social media?
You can find me at Age of Night on Twitter and Amanda Collar on Instagram. And my Facebook page for Age of Night, if you don't just go to the website, is Facebook and / Age of Night comic.
Nice. Kent, go ahead. You
At
got the floor.
Yep, at Rotoplay Pod on Twitter, Facebook, Rotoplay Podcast, pretty much Rotoplay Podcast everywhere. Pretty easy to find.
Great content on that podcast. If you're not listening to Roll to Play podcast, it's a great actual play podcast. Tim, where can folks find you, sir?
You can find me on Victory Condition Gaming.
Like all the time.
Yeah.
This is, I will say, this month is going to be the Tim month, where we have Tim on pretty much every single actual play. And I think Amanda, actually, you know who's really grateful for that? Amanda, because Amanda's usually the one that's on every single actual play that I do. So
that's kind of how it was billed to me. Amanda was, can you please give her a break, because
Can you please play some of these games so she has time to actually do artwork at some point?
yeah, she's actually got to make a living.
go art, I'll play.
Okay.
And yeah, you could find my wife and me on diceupgames.com or Dice Up Games on Twitter, or GM Tim D on Twitter.
Very cool. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank everybody for joining us. I want to thank everybody for watching. If you are still watching at this point and you haven't liked the video down below, please like it. Please share it with anybody that you think might be interested in this game. I think Eloy's got a really cool system here, and I can't wait for it to get to Kickstarter. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. If not, that's okay. But we appreciate everybody that does.
It's not okay.
It's not okay?
No, they need to subscribe.
It is nice to have subscribers. I will say that. Yeah, I totally threw me off my closing.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That happens.
I mean, you're just like allowing these like unallowable things, though. Like, if you're gonna watch the video, you need to like freaking subscribe.
Yeah,
Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's all good. All right. I'm Doug. This has been Victory Condition Gaming, because winning shouldn't be the only victory condition when you get to the table. We'll see you next time. Bye. Oh my God.
Sorry, I really didn't mean to throw you